Well, good morning and happy Tuesday to everybody. Good morning, Laka. Good morning, Lightning Cloud Draws. Good morning, Chuckle. I got echo because I have my volume on. There we go. We'll turn that off so we don't have echo anymore. How y'all doing today? Hello. Hello, everybody out there in wonderful land. Hello, hello. How's it all going, everybody? I hope you're having a fantastic day. Today is the start, and I tried to get this set up so we could do it on both platforms, but unfortunately, the giveaway page only works on the Twitch side, and I can't figure out how to get it going on the YouTube side. So if you want to get in on the giveaway today, boys and girls, you can come over to Twitch. You can type an ! ticket and get in on the giveaway. Jimmy was kind enough to gift a copy of Tales from the Far Territory to somebody who already owns Long Dark but doesn't have the expansion yet. And so you can get a free copy of the expansion. Just come over to Twitch, type ! ticket in chat. You'll get a automatic response from the bot saying that your entry has been put in, and then you can have a chance of winning. We'll be drawing for it on Friday after the stream, towards the end of the stream. We'll be drawing for it. If you click on that link there, it will show you where you can go, and it'll show you all the details on the giveaway itself. I think that might actually, maybe could somebody, I am very curious. Could somebody on the YouTube side try going to that link right there and see if you can get an entry into it. See if it'll even let you pull that up. Because that's just a general thing, and you can buy a ticket on there. You can buy a ticket through that link. That might be the way we need to do it for the YouTube side. Because I'd like to get all the YouTubers in on this too. So if somebody's on YouTube, feel free to go follow that link right there. I think I'm going to see if I can copy and paste that into a command for the YouTube side. Oh, this might be the way to go. This might actually do it. I was trying all morning long. Okay, so you can get in BLB on the YouTube side. Oh, that's awesome, awesome, awesome. So it is a Steam key, and it's only for PC. So if you're on console, if you're not using Steam, you can't do it, unfortunately. Okay, that is awesome. I'm going to get a command for the giveaway. Sorry, this is going to take me just a second to set up, but this is the way we can do it for the YouTube side. Because YouTube, it's weird, YouTube does not have a giveaway function on their, it doesn't have a function for it, which is weird. Alright, so we can activate that command there. So the giveaway command should be working on the YouTube side. And then we can add a new timer. And that can be the message there as well. Oh, that's awesome. So everybody on YouTube as well as on Twitch can go ahead and get in on the giveaway. So I think now if you type in giveaway on there as well on the YouTube side, it should hopefully pop up. There we go. Excellent. Oh, there we go. Yes. Okay, well that works perfectly. Well, hey guys, I hope you're all doing good today. sorry to use up the first 5 minutes here just on little detail stuff, but that was kind of important to me to get everybody available to be able to do it. So welcome on in to our second day of our Forlorn Muskeg start. We currently, kind of hilariously, are in Bleak Inlet. We jumped into the Abandoned Prepper's Cache to sleep and to sort of see if there was a Prepper Pie recipe or a tool inside of the Abandoned Prepper's Cache here in Bleak Inlet. Brief synopsis of our first 6 days. We spawned in Forlorn Muskeg. Generally, with a Forlorn Muskeg spawn, the goal is get in, grab a few pieces of loot, and get the hell out of there. So that's what we did. We went across the ice. We went to the abandoned, the poacher's camp, not the abandoned train, the poacher's camp. We grabbed what was there, including a flare to get a fire. We walked all the way to the camp office to build our fire. At the camp office, we found a bedroll, and we found a free box of matches in a cupboard, which was amazing. So from the camp office, we went over to the trapper's cabin where we found our hacksaw. We then went to Unnamed Pond where we found our fire striker. Then we went to the Carter Hydro Dam where we found our heavy hammer. You see a theme here? We haven't found a pry bar yet, but we then went down into the ravine to grab a few birch, to also go down to the bottom of the ravine, and then over to Bleak Inlet to check out the Abandoned Preppers Cache, which we're at right now. We're going to be heading back into the ravine, up the rope, and back into Mystery Lake to make a run into Forlorn Muskeg to make our first forge run, which is awesome. Oh, that's awesome, Bad Boy Gamer. I'm so happy for you. You got your new charging cable. Now the PS5 controller works great. My new chair cushion sits very well. That is beautiful. I'm so happy for you. I'm so happy for you. So, Laka, I don't think you can type !ticket in YouTube chat. If you do it in YouTube chat, you cannot do it. You cannot do it in YouTube chat. You have to do it in the. You have to do it in the chat for Twitch if you want to do it that way. If you want to buy a ticket on YouTube, you need to follow the link, and that way you can get a ticket that way. Because it doesn't have an auto command for the YouTube stream elements and Twitch stream elements are two completely different beasts. They don't communicate at all, which I think is kind of frustrating. But so I have to set up basically commands on YouTube for YouTube and commands on Twitch for Twitch. I can't have them. They do not cross over. So. You would have to do that on the Twitch side, Laka. Or you'd have to just follow the link from the YouTube channel and use the link there to get in on the giveaway. But we'll be doing the drawing for that on the 28th, which is Friday. Friday the 28th. And you don't have to be here to win, or not Friday the 28th. Friday the 23rd, excuse me. Friday the 23rd. You don't have to be here to win. If you're here, that's great. If not, I'll set you up with Jimmy's Steam information, and you can go and talk to him and get the he'll basically gift you a copy of the game, so that'll work out great. All right, so that's our basic synopsis of this oh no, I don't want to cancel it. I don't want to delete it. I want to rename it. Forlorn start. There we go. Get that in. We'll load into our game, and we're ready to go. We're ready to go. The birthday party was a lot of fun, Justin. How you doing, buddy? So yes, the giveaway is going, boys and girls. It's for a copy, a PC Steam key for Tales from the Far Territory. You must own the game already. You must own Long Dark already to get it, to be able to access it and use it. Or, you know, buy Long Dark and then you'll be able to use it. And in addition, it is a Steam PC key only, so you must be on Steam, you must have a PC to play it on, all that good stuff. And Jimmy will be the one that will be gifting that to you at the end of the giveaway time, which will be on Friday the 23rd. And I'll be doing that. So, yes, so there is the giveaway going right now. I think if you type giveaway in either of the chats, it should pull up the link to the giveaway. So, oh look, there's more wood here. Yay! How did that pull it up in both? That pulled it up in both. Nice. I'm having a hard time walking right now. So there's 3 doctors in my room checking it up and setting up tests. I'm currently in the hospital. Oh my goodness, man. I'm so sorry, Bad Boy Gamer. Oh dude, I hope you get better soon. Oh man, that's no good. That's no good at all. I'm very sorry, man. Yeah, the birthday went very nice last night, by the way, Justin. It was a lot of fun. We had fun seeing all the relatives, and then I went out and drove last night. My brakes died on my car, so I had to go buy brake pads this morning. I got to replace my front brakes. Yay! That's always a fun chore. It's always something I enjoy doing immensely. So I got to do that this morning, which is going to just be a barrel of fun. Not. But I'll have to do that this afternoon. That sucks. Alright, there. See, Mr. Man got in on it. So, Mr. Man, you got your ticket. And like I said, it's only good for people who have Long Dark already. You have to have the Long Dark to use the DLC. And and it's a PC Steam key. So it's on Steam, it's on PC. You have to have all those, you know, all those boxes checked before you go for it. $400 for 2 front brakes. Well, it's $80 for me. And that included the cost of my. It's the first time I've done the brakes, so I had to buy the ratchet size that I need, a 14 and a 17 millimeter for it. So I bought the two little things for the bolts, and I bought the brake pads. I got the nicer brake pads because I was like, well, it's like $53 for the basic, and it was like $63 for the long life extended, you know, nice brake pads. And I was like, yeah, for 10 extra bucks, I'll get the brake pads that'll actually probably last, you know, a good time longer. So, and then tonight I'll just go out in the parking lot and do it real quick. It'll only take probably maybe 45 minutes to fix them. Honestly, brakes are the biggest scam that most places pull on you. They'll want you to replace the caliper, the rotor, the brake pads themselves, and generally rotors last usually 4 to 6 brake changes. You don't need to change your rotor out every 4 to 6 time that you do it. And your caliper lasts for a long time. Calipers are one of those things that they're pretty dang solid unless you royally F up your brakes, like you run it for like weeks on end at low brake, you know, and the calipers get locked up because they basically are pushing the brake into the pad and there's no give. Unless you're doing that, those calipers will last for years. They'll last for multiple brake jobs. But they always want to change it all out because they're all like, oh, we'll change it all out for you. Yeah, the brake guys got a nice little scam going. I learned to change my own a long time ago, and even if you got to change the rotors out eventually, the rotors are usually like $50-$60. I mean, they aren't that expensive, depending on the car that you got. They aren't too spendy. But yeah, I learned to do it a long time ago, Justin, because back when I was doing the Oregonian, I was running through brakes about once every month and a half. If I was lucky. Usually it was about once a month I was having to change my brakes out. But then again, when you're starting and stopping 200 to 300 times a morning for 30 days in a row, that kind of wears down your brakes a little bit. All right, up the rope we go. But how you doing, Ari? Hello, hello. Yes, exactly. Like you, Mr. Man. You got all the requirements, so we can get you that Tales for the Far territory. But yeah, Justin, I mean, it's definitely a pain in the ass to have to replace them, but I just don't mind. For the time it takes me to replace them, it's well worth saving that extra money, so. Well, you know, it's something that most people don't realize they can do on their own, and it's not that hard once you learn how to do it. It literally is like 4 bolts. It's like 4 bolts and a little bit of brake grease, and you got them changed. It's not too bad. Hello from Germany, Nana. Hello, hello. The other thing, Justin, is that I kind of don't trust brake companies because they tried to, I don't know if they try to scam, but it sure seems like it when, like, my friend took her car into a place because she was having tire problems, like problems with the air keeping up. And this was literally like 2 weeks after I replaced both of her front brakes with brand new brake pads, brand new rotors, the whole 9 yards because she needed it. I replaced her entire brake system for her. 2 weeks later, she went in because she was having tire problems, and they tried to convince her that her brakes were at 10%. And I was like, and she called me up, she's like, is there any way my brakes could be at 10% already? And I'm like, there is no way on God's green earth that your brakes are at 10% 2 weeks after I just installed brand new brakes for you. Which just made me go, wow, what a bunch of scumbags. I mean, it's like, because she didn't know anything about her car. They could have told her that at any time. And she would have just been like, oh, okay, well, I need them replaced. And it's like, no, her brakes were brand spanking new. And of course, then she went back to them and told them so. Told them, well, my friend, you know, I just got brand new brakes like 2 weeks ago. And suddenly they were like, oh, well, we were looking at the wrong car. We weren't looking at the right, you know, they had all these excuses of why they told her that misinformation, you know. It's like, no, you guys basically just lied to her, trying to scam her out of, you know, $300-400 bucks. It was a scummy ass move. I mean, and it was sad because this was a mechanic she had been going to for a while. This wasn't like a new mechanic that she just went to. This was like her mechanic for her car. And at that point I was like, wow, I wonder what else he's lied to you about as well. It makes you think back on all those other things that he told her that needed to be done, and that hadn't. Come here, Mr. Rabbit. I need your flesh. I couldn't pick him up. It just kept refusing to let me pick the damn rabbit up. So he got stoned twice. That rabbit was double stoned. He got double toasted. Yeah, I mean, right, I actually had to deal with that. Not with the brakes, but I went in to have my winter tires changed. The other guy came, and the guy came out saying all these things were broken. Said it was $2,200. Asked how much, and asked how much did I love my car. That just to me always feels just so scummy. It's like, it makes it hard for me to believe mechanics when they tell me stuff, and it's like wow, if they're willing to, you know, do that, it's just like wow, that just breaks the trust right there. It's as Robert De Niro would say, you know, it's the circle of trust, you know, the circle of trust. It breaks that circle of trust, and like she stopped going to that mechanic after that. She refused to go back to him after that. It's like, yeah, you know, I wouldn't go back to him either. It's a pretty scummy move. It just always makes me really nervous, and I'm not saying that all mechanics are out there to scam you. I'm just saying, be careful. You know, it's good to know a little bit about your car, and if you're at all nervous about it, never hesitate to go get a second opinion from another mechanic. I would highly recommend it. It's sort of like when you're getting bad news from a doctor or something. It's always good to get a second opinion, not even just because the guy may be trying to rip you off, but because, you know, it may be, you know, they may just be looking at the wrong thing or something like that. The biggest problem with cars these days is half the stuff on them takes a, you know, half the stuff takes a computer. They have to hook a computer up to half the stuff to figure out what's going on. If there's like an engine, like a light on or something like that, they have no training, and they can't even look at it and just, you know, kind of figure out what's going on. All the diagnostics is all handled by computer these days. So, my dad made a mechanic cry on the phone when they tried to girl me. Yeah, and it's sad, Dana. I mean, I think it's really scummy that a lot of mechanics will take advantage of what they believe to be a naive person, whether they be a girl or a guy. If they see a certain kind of person come in, they'll try to take advantage of them because they're like, well, they don't know anything. You know, they're like, well, they don't know anything about the car, so, you know, what are they gonna do? Hey, how's it going, Cindy? How are you today? How are you? How are you? Well, at least we got some good rabbit hides going here. We can get those rabbit gloves going on here pretty soon. That would be super duper nice. And you know, not all the scummy mechanics, not all mechanics are scumbags. I would never ever say that. That's lumping everybody into one big basket. There's good mechanics out there too. That'll fix what's wrong with your car and set you down the way, you know. But there are some that are a little bit questionable. There's some that are a little questionable, and it sucks because they you know, just like everything else, it's the one bad apple that gives the whole bunch a bad rep. And there is a giveaway going right now, boys and girls. You can get in on a giveaway for a Steam key, a PC Steam key to Tales from the Far Territory, being given away by Jimmy. Jimmy's giving that away. We're going to be doing the drawing at the end of this week. Well, and that's the thing, Mr. Man. I think a lot of mechanics out there are totally honest people. They aren't looking to rip anybody off. They aren't looking to do work that's not necessary on your car. It's just, I've had a few experiences that just make me go, you got to watch yourself. You know, you need to be careful. And if it seems too much, maybe go get a second opinion, you know? Maybe go down the road, get a second opinion from another mechanic, you know, and see if they agree with the first mechanic. Because sometimes opinions will vary, you know? I'm lucky because I have a very good friend who's a mechanic, and he'll kind of give me the straight poop if somebody's trying to rip us off or not, you know? I'll call him up and be like, does this sound right? Because I don't know everything about cars. I know some basic stuff. I know how to do oil. I know how to do my front brakes. I know how to do back brakes to an extent. The back brakes, if they're disc brakes, aren't too bad. If they're drum brakes, it's a little bit tougher, but you can go buy a kit to do it, so it's not too bad. But, you know, it's one of those things where you just gotta, just like anything else in the world, I would never ever take just anybody's word, especially when you're pouring out hundreds of dollars for something. You always have to be a little on the cautious side and be like, is this really worth it? Are they really giving me the straight scoop? The straight poop? So yeah, it's very kind and generous of Jimmy to do that. It was very nice of him to do that. He offered that up, and we're gonna do the drawing for the Steam key here in on Friday at the end of the stream. You do not have to be present to win. You don't have to be present to win. If you win, we'll say, you know, we'll get you in contact with Jimmy, and we'll get you all squared away. So the only restrictions is you have to own a copy of Long Dark to be able to access it, because it is a DLC. You have to be on PC, and you have to be willing to get it through Steam. Those are the only restrictions to it. Are those three right there. All right, we are going to head out of here because it is freezing ass cold here. Woo! House subbing up with a 29-month resub. European cars are the worst. The parts are expensive. Yeah. You get a BMW or a Volvo. Problem with a lot of those foreign cars, like especially like I had a Volvo for years. The biggest problem with that is you can only go to certain mechanics for that. There's certain mechanics. Most mechanics will not work on those vehicles.
29 months. 29 months already. Thanks for all the fun.
Aw, dude. Thanks for all the support. Thanks for the 29 months, my friend. Thank you for those 29 months of support right there. I really, really super appreciate it. Oh, I love my Volvo. It's just very expensive to work on it, because the number of people that can work on it, especially in the local area, is very limited. There's like three main Volvo repair shops in the area. Oh yeah, my last Volvo was an 86 Volvo station wagon, and that sucker was a freaking tank. It got to the point where it just needed enough like maintenance work that it just wasn't worth keeping any longer. It was the stuff was, none of the stuff was major. It's just that I wasn't willing to keep putting money into it for the maintenance and stuff that I needed, and it just wasn't as reliable a vehicle as I wanted anymore. and I loved it. I had a little Volvo 4-door sedan before. I love my little Volvos, and they were all, you know, they were stick shifts, which I absolutely love. A manual transmission. I think everybody should be forced to learn on a manual transmission. I think that should be the law. I think everybody should have to learn on a manual transmission. Oh, really? Now it decides to get warm out here. I see how it is. But yeah, I mean, Volvos are really nice. It's hard to get them serviced here in America. It just is. There's just not a lot of dealers who do it. And the dealers who do it are pretty specialized. They only do Volvos. They don't do any other cars at all. And so there's like 2 or 3 of them in town. And those are the guys you have to choose from. And generally, I found them to be pretty, I found them to be pretty honest, too. If you can drive stick, you can drive anything. Oh, yeah. Yep. Yeah, if you ain't driving manual, you can't say you're really driving. Yeah, and it's so funny. I mean, I remember the days when manual was the standard. And if you wanted one of them fancy automatic vehicles, you had to pay extra money for an automatic. Those automatics, that was fancy schmancy stuff that only rich people got. You had to be well-to-do. You had to be well-to-do to have a manual transmission. Well, I learned to drive on mainly farm vehicles, which are all stick shift for the most part. I mean, there's probably I haven't driven one for a while, but back then all of our tractors were manuals. Everything we drove was a manual. So in the UK, Volvos are cheap to maintain. Oh, I can imagine. I mean, you know, it's sort of like a Chevy or a Ford over here. Is, you know, you can go to any mechanic here in America and they can take care of a Chevy or a Ford or, you know, something like that. It's just, I know Volvos and BMWs and I think Audis and Mitsubishis are pretty I know Jaguars are pretty expensive to maintain over here too. It's mainly just foreign cars. Just mainly foreign cars. So in the UK, if you pass your driving test in automatic, you're no longer allowed to learn to learn drive manuals. Learn or drive manuals. What now? You can't even learn on them? You can't even, like, learn to drive one? That's weird. I learned how to drive on a standard 5-speed truck. Driving an old tractor is fun. You gotta pump up the clutch when you want to shift. Oh, yeah. Driving a tractor is so wild. Learning a 70s Dodge pickup that had granny gears. Took me a bit, but I figured it out. Well, I learned on my first car was a Honda Civic, 76 Honda Civic. It was yellow, CVCC Civic. It was yellow. I could do all the work on it myself. Change the engine, change out everything on that car. There was nothing I couldn't do on that car. The engine, the transmission, did the timing, did all the stuff.
I'm not sure I can carry much more.
Oh, shushabai. Shushabai, my friend. Shushabai. Your license is only for automatics, but if you pass with a manual car, you can do both. Oh, okay. Started driving when I was 7 to help out on the farm. Oh, yeah. Most of us, Mr. Man, who grew up in the country, we all started driving well before we were even in double digits. We were watching and we were learning how to drive well before then, and we were sort of put on the tractor and told, here, you haul and you just drive it forward for a few feet and pull that stump out, or, you know, whatever it was. Ah, the good old days. The good old days, right? Yeah, don't forget there is the giveaway. If you're on the YouTube side, you'll have to click the link and go to the giveaway and actually enter in that way if you want to get a chance to win it. If you're on the Twitch side, you can either go to the link or you can type !ticket in chat and have it ready to go. In addition, boys and girls, as of today, I launched the Fourth Wall merch shop. The merch shop has all of the juicy Left My Hammer and Coastal Highway gear. It has mugs, shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, and even a tumbler on there. It also has other mugs and t-shirts and hats that have been made up as well. So check out the merch site. Everything on there is ready to go. Delivery to your specific area may vary as far as shipping goes. From what we understand from the last time we kind of like did a test for some of the people in foreign countries, the t-shirts are the shirt stuff is relatively inexpensive to ship. Mugs and tumblers are a little more expensive to ship, so take that into account. It looks like the shipping is all from the US, so that just is what it is. Nothing I can do about it. But so there you go. You can get the shipping pretty good if you're doing just a shirt or a sweatshirt or something like that. They aren't as heavy. But the mugs do get a little bit on the heavier side, and so they're a little bit harder to get the good shipping on. All right, we're gonna grab all this stuff and take it to the Carter Hydro Dam. Hello, hello, hello. Yeah, we're walking slow, baby. We're walking slow. So yes, get in on the giveaway. It's only good for people who don't have Tales from the Far Territory yet, who want it on PC and are willing to get it through Steam, because that's what it is through. But thanks to Jimmy for giving that away. We're going to do the drawing on Friday for it. Friday the 23rd. So there you go. And I'll be adding some more merch stuff. I'm going to be trying to add some new merch stuff every week. I'm working on it on Wednesdays and over the weekend, and I'm trying to get it out on Monday or Tuesday. I've got a couple other designs that I need to get up there. The Left the Hammer and Coastal Highway was kind of like people wanted that. So that was one that I was like, okay, I'm going to fast track that one. We're going to get a couple other ones up there as well, though, along with a little bit more of just the standard Atheenon merchandise. Merchandising, where the real money from the movie's made. I first learned to drive our Studebaker farm truck straight six flathead engine and a stick shift. The good old days playing outside and being yelled at by Dad. Indeed, the good old days. Oh yeah, being yelled at by Dad, playing outside. That was the best. How can you like not look back on those times with a warm fondness in your heart? All right, so we're heading back to Mystery Lake. Our goal is to get to Mystery Lake, get all this stuff dumped off in the Carter Hydro Dam. We're then going to be traveling to Forlorn Muskeg to do our first forge run. We do need to... Actually, I think I harvested a bunch of metal, didn't I? Yeah, I harvested a bunch of metal. We got a ton of metal on us, so that's awesome. Metal! We are metalled out right now, so we have a ton of metal on us to use. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to head to Forlorn Muskeg, get the forge run done, come back here to Mystery Lake and craft up our bow and our arrows. And I think I sort of want to go to Milton and Hush River Valley on this run if we have time. We'll be playing this account today, or this run today, and also on Friday. So we basically have about 5.5 hours more of playtime on this dude. So we'll see what we can do. And then next week we'll of course be starting a new ready to go guide. And we'll be starting in a brand new zone that we haven't. Something's got to go. We'll be starting a brand new zone that we haven't been in yet. Yeah, I'm curious. So my fire striker right now is 98%. I use that to light it. Guaranteed light. And now it's at 96. So yeah, 2% each time. That's what I thought. I just wanted to test it. I was 90% sure that was right. 95% sure that was right. I just wanted to test it though. Something is wrong with that wolf. I don't know what it is. Something is severely wrong. I think he got hit in the head one too many times or something. I don't know. He's severely harmed in the head. He has broken bones. He has the broken body affliction. He's got the broken body affliction. He thinks it's carbon. He thinks it's garbage too. He doesn't like it any more than we do. I was like, where the hell did he go to? Where did he go? Okay, I was gonna check over here one more time to see if we missed the pry bar by chance. It doesn't look like it. I was told it spawns like right by those, so I figured I'd look one more time just to make sure that we didn't miss it. 95% sure my 98% fire striker will produce 49 fires. That's a lot of math. That is a lot of math. I like that, Ari. That was good. 95% sure the 98% fire striker will produce 49 fires. 80% of the time. There's a 5% chance that it will break under 10%. So that could affect. You could have varying results. The results could vary. All right, look at all those juicy rabbit hides. I'm gonna move those up here because that one's cured. That's a cured rabbit hide. Nice. We got one cured rabbit hide. These guts aren't cured yet, right? No, we got one that's 99%, but that's gonna be a while. Got an email this morning. I got a code to use on the dev branch of Planet Crafter. Try out new rover they're going to put in the next update. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, that's awesome, Bad Boy Gamer. That is so cool. I should check my email and see if I got one. I haven't checked my emails today. Maybe I got that code too. Maybe they were looking through streamers and were like, hey, let's give some streamers stuff. I should look through my emails and see if I got one. That would be awesome if we could play Planet Crafter with the rover today. Oh, well, I guess I'd have to get on an old... I'd have to get on an old file to try it. And they may not let you do it if you, they may not let you do it live. They may be like, yeah, this has to be off stream or whatever. Alright. Did it say it was for off stream only, Bad Boy Gamer, or did they stipulate that or not? Oh, look at all that tasty birch and maple. Okay, we got a few birches here that are almost done, and the maples are almost done. Okay, so we got another hunting guide. I can drop that. I don't care if the torch goes out. I don't need it anyway. Let's fill up our lantern. Have I ever eaten rabbit? Yes, I have. It's not bad. It does. I didn't really like the taste myself. I'm not a big meat eater. I like beef, but that's about it. I'm not like a big steak or rabbit person or anything like that. I have very unsophisticated taste. Okay, so both of those we still need to use. We got 1 hour left on that one. How much daylight do we have? Got a little bit of daylight. Let's sleep for 2 hours. No streaming it till it comes out. Okay. I figured they'd probably put that on. I figured that would probably be a requirement of it. Is that they wouldn't want you to stream it until it actually officially came out.
If I can drop any of this gear.
Alright, there's the cooking skill up. I'm gonna move this out here. Hey, Chris, how's it going, buddy? Move that out here next to the other one. There we go. Good afternoon, Ath. I can't seem to find any thin wool sweaters on my new Loper run. Any advice? I've searched every major loot location on Lower Great Bear except Blackrock. So Ash Canyon did not have one for you in the Foreman, and not the Foreman's Retreat, in the Homesteader's Respite, I believe it's called. That's where there usually is one. Is that Homesteader's Respite usually has one in it. And if that doesn't have it in it, I don't know what to tell you. You may just have a very bugged run. That's the one place I'd tell you to go get one if you're looking for one. Other than that, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. They generally are pretty darn random. They're generally pretty darn random. I tend to find them mostly, I mean, there always seems to be combat pants and a thin wool sweater in Ash Canyon at that that house that's right above the fishing pond there. Trying to think where else I found them before. Trying to think where else I found one before. They're kind of random. I mean, they generally are always in houses. I mean, Milton usually will have one somewhere in Milton. There'll be a thin wool sweater. I found them quite often in Coastal Highway as well, but I mean, the thing is, they changed all the loot tables a while ago, so all the stuff I have info on is kind of old. The Coastal Highway bathtub, yeah, that can spawn. Coastal Highway bathtubs can spawn both thin wool sweaters and underwear. So you can get both thin wool sweaters and undies out of the Coastal Highway bathtubs. Coastal Highway bathtubs are some of the best places for clothing loot, in my opinion. I'm preparing curry chicken with rice for dinner today. You're mean, Cindy. Absolutely mean. Absolutely mean. I don't like you anymore. You are a mean woman. I bet he loves it. I'd love it too. Can I sub in as the husband for a day and get some chicken curry as well? Because I'd totally be down for that, as long as he's okay with it. You know, nothing creepy or anything, just sub in for the food, you know. Be like, hey, for the food, I'm there. Okay, I already read that one. Okay, that one's the one that I have not read yet. I'm going to drop that here. I'm going to leave the 2 books that I've already read in here. I love me some chicken curry. That stuff's good. I never thought I'd like curry, but I really do. It's actually really, really yummy. Okay, so we got all of these. I need to prepare those up. I got tons of scrap metal to take with me. The one thing we're missing is coal. Coal is the one thing that we're a little shy on, and that makes me a little worried. It makes me think we need to go to the cave by Trapper's cabin there and just gather some coal in it before we go on our little journey. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking we're going to have to do. I'm going to prepare up all the rose hips and mushrooms that I can, though, first, and take those with me. There's a module you have to make where you can drive 300% faster, and after you install it, you drive faster and hit a hill, you can jump the rover. Oh my god. Oh my goodness, that's crazy. I was just about to say the cave at Trappers, yeah.
Something's
Yep.
making me feel really tired.
How you doing, me for Florida? How's it going? Okay, let's drink some water. So yes, we have the giveaway going, boys and girls. Just type !! giveaway. It'll put in the link for the giveaway. It'll also let you look at it and see what it is. It is a giveaway for a PC Steam key for Tales from the Far Territory. It's available to both our viewers on YouTube as well as on Twitch. If you are on YouTube, though, you will have to follow the link to enter the giveaway. If you're on the YouTube side or on the Twitch side, you can just type ! ticket in chat, or you can follow the link and enter that way as well. So there's 2 ways for you to enter on that front. So there you go. And then beyond that, the other cool news is we did get the merchandise site up and going. We got the collection of I left my hammer and Coastal Highway gear up there. So I actually ordered one of the t-shirts for that myself, and I'll be getting that soon. There's also there's hoodies and sweatshirts, and there's even a tumbler, like a 20-ounce tumbler on there. There's mugs on there. The cool thing about the new merchandise, guys, is that they offer different size mugs. You can get an 11, a 15, or a 20-ounce mug on the site, which I think is kind of neat. Because I personally like a big mug. I like a good hefty mug. So for me, the larger mug is the way to go. But that's just me. I like a good solid 20-ounce mug that I can put all my juices in. No, that sounded wrong. I can put all my drinks in. That sounds better. There's more than 5 modules you have to make for the little buggy, little dune buggy. I love our weight right now. Our weight is really super nice. I love the temperature outside right now too. It's only -3 degrees. I'm digging that quite a bit. I think I want to, let's see, how do we do this? Now, we're gonna go the lake, we're gonna go the river lake side. There's possibility of birch over here. Yep, there's birch over here. We'll take that and we'll have that cure in the Mystery Lake camp office while we run to the forge. We do have a good amount of birch and maple already curing in the world, well, over at the Carter Hydro Dam, as you saw. This is a mug for Atheenon's juice. I meant to say, like, drinks, okay? All I could think of was juice in my fridge. I've got apple juice in the fridge, and that's all I could think of. I'm sorry, I didn't mean it that way. Don't take it the wrong way. The mug for Atheenon's juices, hey now. I mean, hey, the Hawktua girl got famous over that, so, you know. Who knows? Oh. Yeah, today's gonna be a long day. I'm gonna be changing my brakes out to this evening and then going out and driving tonight. It's gonna be a long day. I'm hoping that I watched the video on my brakes online because all brakes are all front brakes are generally the same, but they all have their own little particular. A lot of them have their own little particular like little hiccups that you can run into if you're not familiar with the brake system on your car. So I have a guy that I watch on YouTube, and he gave a pretty good step-by-step breakdown on how to do them, including the different materials you'll need for the, you know, taking the bolts off and that sort of stuff. So I know generally, I have a general working knowledge of how to do it now. I just have to, you know, it's funny because whenever I do a new set of brakes that I've never done before, it always takes like 45 minutes to do the first one because I'm sitting there trying to figure it all out, and then the second one's just like snap, bam, bam, and you're done. And it's like, oh, that took no time at all. It's so funny. It's like how the first one always takes like 3 times as long as the second one does, because the first one's always my test brake. It's like I'm trying to figure it out. It's like, oh, okay, now I got it. Now I understand what I need to do. I've got the assignment down. It's the special juices that only Misery Mode causes Atheenon to produce from his body. Yes, I excrete them from my body, Beastie. I excrete them. Like when you call coconut milk as coconut juice or as oat juice. Yes, I was cringing during that stream convo. That's okay, Marley. You're allowed to cringe. By the way, I wish Connor J happy birthday from y'all yesterday. He was very honored and pleased that y'all all wished him a happy birthday. So he's busy drinking wolf blood as the conqueror of the North. Out of their skulls. Are you familiar with the sci-fi novel Callahan's Cross Time Saloon? I am not familiar with that one. No, I'm not real familiar with a lot of science fiction type stuff. I'm familiar with a few of the older classics and some of it, but I never most of my library, I'd say 89 to 95% of it. I know that's an odd number. 89 to 95% of it is all fiction, is all fantasy. And then like 5 to 11% of it is science fiction. I have very few science fiction-y type things that I've read. I don't know what it is. Science fiction, I love it, but at the same time, it doesn't draw me in as far as reading material. I always more skewed towards the fantasy type books, I guess. And I don't know why. you imagine mode where the deer attacked the player and the wolves were the ones that ran away? It could happen. I wouldn't put it past him, Beast. Andre Norton had a great cross-time series. Yeah, I never got... I mean, I know who Andre Norton is. I never really read any of his books, though. I mean, it just... For whatever reason, I never got into the science fiction stuff. I don't know why. I love science fiction television. And science fiction ideas. Like, you know. I think it's really cool stuff. But like Dune, I've tried reading Dune multiple times. That's a chunky ass book. That thing just makes me go, oh my god. We be on the chunky side. Okay, can I not get up this? I thought you could get up this. Oh yeah, you can. Okay. I was like, I know I'm able to get up this. I knew I can. Because I want to get the acorns here. I'm collecting acorns right now. I actually have 2 acorns back at the Carter Hydro Dam too. I was just gonna pop over the hill here and see if the bear is up. I don't see the bear. I mean, I could just be blind. I don't see the bear anywhere. Okay. Let's do that. We'll do the hut check today. Hut check. Hut, hike. Grab a few more sticks. Yeah, I do like a blend of science fiction and fantasy as well. Piers Anthony wrote the Blue Adept series, which I really liked, and that's sort of some science fiction but mixed with a fantasy realm as well, which I thought was kind of cool. I mean, technically Terry Brooks' Shannara series is science fiction. It technically happens in the future of Earth, in Seattle, and the west coast of America. I mean, it technically is our future. I find some gems on the free Kindle book store occasionally. One time I found a fantasy series about a child in exile trying to gain a skill card to become the strongest person. That's kind of cool. Blue Adept is great. I think the follow-up series to it was kind of unnecessary. But the Blue Adept series I absolutely love. Actually, I have that. Kabam! Split Infinity, Juxtaposition, and Blue Adept. Yes, I have those very handy. That's one of my favorite series. I love that. Good news, bad news. In my first successful Timberwolf mountain spawn, I made it to Pleasant Valley just to be ganked by a wolf between the region entrance and the hatch. Wind blew out your torch. Oh, dude, yeah. The wind remains undefeated, Ari. The wind is undefeated. The wind is the demise of a lot of us sometimes. Because that wind comes up and there is no defeating the wind. The wind's like, yeah, you don't get a torch anymore. It's like, oh, you were torch walking? The series is all the skills. Okay, I'm gonna make a note. Let me look at all the skills. All right, I'm gonna make a note. I'm gonna make a note of that. There we go. All the skills book series. Okay, so it looks like it has like four different books or something. Yeah, like 4 different books. Okay, I will save that on my phone so I have it. Have you read or listened to any lit RPGs? No, I have not. I have not. I don't get a lot of time to listen to things or read things anymore. My life is my life is rather busy at the moment. between streaming, driving, and now I get to change my brakes. My life is rather full of things. The Foul's Bane series. You know, I've read the Lord Foul's Bane series. That's the dude with leprosy, right? I think.
Pack is getting kind of heavy.
I've read those, and I don't know. They were interesting. I just didn't get into them really heavy. I don't know. After a while, I read the first 3, and then he wrote a follow-up series to it again, and I was kind of like, that was kind of unnecessary. But no, I like the Lord Foul's Bane series, the first one, the first 3. I thought it was pretty well done. I've read that one a couple of times. I don't think I have that one. I used to have that in my library, but I don't think I have that one in my library anymore. I went through a period where I had to downsize my book collection quite a bit. I literally had hundreds of books. Dragon Riders went out with that. I like Dragon Riders. It just wasn't one that it didn't make the cut. Let's just put it that way. There's a lot of great series out there that just never didn't make the cut. Another series I really love. Another series that I really love, that I read a lot, that I've read multiple times, is the Magician Apprentice, Magician Master by Raymond E. Feist. Really good series. It does get a little, I think it gets a little long-winded. I think they basically tried to ride that train too many times. So there's a lot of books in that series. But those first 2 and the, what was it? Yeah, Silverthorn and Darkness at Atheenon. Those are really good, really solid. Those first 4 books are really solid. I actually have I actually have 2 copies of Magician Apprentice. I don't know how I got 2 copies. I probably just picked one up one time because I was like, I want to read it now. And I saw it and I just picked it up and read it. I do that sometimes. If I'm like on a trip or something and I see a used book at a store and I'm like, God, I want to read that again, I'll just pick it up even if I already own it. Like, I don't care. It's a couple bucks, whatever. But yeah, I really like that series as well. And then they actually, it was kind of interesting. They had a series, Riverworld by Jose Farmer. You know, that one to me, I like the idea, the concept of it, but after a while I just kind of got bored of it. I mean, it's kind of an interesting idea, but it just kind of got, I don't want to give, I mean, I don't want to give any of it away, I guess, but sort of the way it kind of ended, Ari, just kind of was like, oh, okay, I was hoping for like a more momentous ending, but
Too much stuff to carry.
it just, I don't know. It just kind of was like, oh, okay. I mean, it was interesting, but it kind of left me wanting more at the end, and I just felt kind of unsatisfied by the series by the end of it, I guess. So I never read it again. I read it once, and I was like, yep, I'm good. I'm good. I didn't reach the end. Oh, well, do you mind if I spoil it? Because it'll make you not want to reach the end. It may make you not want to reach the end of it. It was basically the aliens all along. Aliens did it. It was a ginormous alien experiment, pretty much. They just basically kidnapped people's consciousnesses when they died. And it was just one big giant experiment. It was just like, oh, okay. Okay. No great like, you know, momentous thing. They get to the head of the river, and it's pretty much a letdown at that point, I thought. Yeah, it built it up to be such a cool, like, interesting thing, especially that, like, there was an alien in the after. It was like, you know, they were all like, oh, this is the afterlife. Well, no, it's not the afterlife. It's not the afterlife. It's just one ginormous experiment. Yeah. And there's people in the experiment that actually know it's an experiment, and they're like the alien guy that's in there actually knows about it. He's actually in on the thing, if I remember correctly. So yeah, it was just kind of like, oh, okay, I guess we're doing this. John Morrissey had a great series about a wizard named Kedrigan. Kedridgern. I'm horrible with screen names, and that's a screen name. Another great series is David Eddings' series, oh, I don't know if I have that even. I even have that one here. But David Eddings has written a lot of great stuff too, so I like a lot of David Eddings things. Ah, there it is. Ah. The Belgariad was a great series. If you've never read the Belgariad, that's actually, I think this is actually, yeah, that's actually book 4 of the Belgariad, Castle of Wizardry. But the Belgariad was a great series. That was a really well-written series. David Eddings went on to write a lot of other stuff as well, but the Belgariad is probably my favorite of his writings. Did a really good job with it. Okay, so now that we've talked about books for a little bit, all right, I'm gonna break that down with my hands. Bet you'd like the lamb, like lamb. It's just lamb. I just wish anymore, Ari, I had time to read. I just don't. I haven't sat down and read a book in probably 9 months to a year now. It's sad. I just haven't had time. I'll get time when I go on the cruise this coming up November. I'm gonna take several books along with me. So it's called Lamb by Christopher Moore. Okay, I'm gonna book page that one. Lamb by Christopher Moore. There we go.
This gear.
Okay, got it. I got it on my phone now, so it won't go anywhere. And then I can look it up. Okay, so let's get some sleep for the night. Fake a sick day out, get some reading done. Yeah, I can't really fake it. That's the problem, is I can't fake sick days because I'm the boss. I'm the boss, so I can't fake a sick day. The boss, for some reason, he's on to me. He's on to me. He knows when I'm faking. Gosh darn it. Alright, well, the good news is we should have enough cattails to get us over there and back. We have more cattails on the lake here that we can pick. And then there'll be more cattails on Forlorn Muskeg that we can get. Take the sick day. Sick is not getting to read it all. Hello! Hi, Honora. How are you doing? Being your own boss sucks. Yeah, you know, it's got its advantages, Callum, but it does suck sometimes, too, you know? It's got its advantages because you can sort of set your own stuff when you want to do it. But the sucky thing is that you have to set your own stuff when you want it, when you're going to do it. You got to set your own stuff when you're going to do it, and then you kind of got to stick to that because, like, you know, you have you know, bills and stuff like that need to get paid, and you're the only one standing in the way of you getting it done. So, all right, let's make up all these rose hips. He's home resting. Surgery went well. Oh, that's very good. I'm very happy the surgery went well for him, Honora. Well, wish him all the best from us, from everybody here. I hope he has a speedy recovery and is feeling back into some semblance of normal soon. I know how it goes, though. You never quite feel the same. It's the new normal. Let's just put it that way. It's the new normal.
I might have to drop some gear.
No gear droppage. Drop the attitude, buddy, but no gear droppage. All right, we're gonna hit the island there and get all the cattails. We'll hit those two little outbuildings there. We are gonna go up into the hills and hit the prepper cache. It's the second round we've done this before, yeah. You sort of know the drill at this point, huh? Which can make it easier, but can also make it harder. And by the way, the giveaway will be going all the way through Friday. The giveaway is going to go all the way through Friday, so you have plenty of time to get in on it. You do not need to be present to win. You just have to put your entry in, and then once we draw the winner, I'll hook you up with Jimmy, and Jimmy will be the one gifting you a Steam key or a Steam copy of the Tales from the Far Territory edition. So, because what you'll have to do is you'll have to friend him on Steam, and then he's just gonna purchase it and gift it to you. So super duper easy to do. I don't see any wolves. I mean, I'm not gonna complain, but I don't see any wolves. And it's super easy to enter here on Twitch. All you have to do is type !ticket into chat if you're on Twitch. Or you can go to the link and enter that directly on the link. If you are over on YouTube, the only way to get in on the giveaway is to use the link. The only way to get in on YouTube is to use the link, and you have to go in that way. So, there you go, glass half empty. You just got a ticket. And on Twitch, it will give you a bounce back message. Stream Elements will give you the bounce back message telling you that you got your ticket, so you know you've got it. It's one ticket per person. There's no preference to anybody, sub or non-sub or anything like that. It's just a straight up, if you want a ticket, get in on it, and you got a chance to win. Well, this is a change in weather. Maybe that's why the wolves weren't around. They were like, yeah, we know the blizzard's coming. We're heading back to the den. This is gonna beat up my clothing more. I'm gonna have to do some mending on my clothing when we get to the camp office, I think. The wolves are probably all on the rail line up by the derailment. Probably, Marley. Man, they got some evil plan or plot going on, that's for damn sure. Hey, another flare. I like those. Regular flares anyway. Ooh, and another sewing kit. That is a nice juicy find. And some more tea. These huts, I think they up the loot in the huts, to be honest. I really think they up the loot in the huts. Because the huts have just been giving me really good loot lately. I have no explanation for it. No explanation for it at all. The huts have just been amazing. So I think they upped the loots on them quite a bit. Oh, Jesus. That must have been a ducky hug. There's no dogs out here right now. Doggos are all gonzos. Oh, Kippacup. That was a ducky hug. Okay. Thank you for the ducky hug. I was like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, fishing huts just seem to have really decent loot. I always get really lucky on the Coastal Highway ones. I always get a bunch of loot out of the ones here in Mystery Lake. They always seem to have a substantial amount of stuff in them. Of course, they are dangerous to go to. You possibly have to face wolves to get to them, and maybe sometimes bears to get to the fishing huts. So I guess, you know, the risk versus reward is kind of there. It's kind of built in already. You know, I'm not getting enough ducky hugs these days. Well, you've done your part. Would you like to know more? I'm doing my part. Would you like to know more? Little callback to Starship Troopers. What a great movie, Starship Troopers is such an amazing movie. They did such a good job with that movie. Zim for the win.
I'm gonna have to leave something behind.
I always thought Rico should have gone for Desi right away. I always knew that. I always knew that that other girl was just gonna be nothing but trouble. Nothing but trouble. She was a fair weather girlfriend. Just monkey branching on out of there. She didn't really like him. I knew she was trouble from the moment I saw her. Alright, let's go ahead and repair our crappy gloves that we have. We got crappy gloves, we're gonna repair them anyway. Yeah, Dizzy was the ride or die. I mean, that's where his loyalty should have been. She was his ride or die. And she was hot. It's like, dude, I mean, you know, what's her name's good looking, I suppose, but yeah, Michael Ironside was the real star of that movie. Yes, he was. He was. Michael Ironside back then was the star of anything he was in, whether it was V or whether it was Total Recall. Michael Ironside was the man. If a movie had Michael Ironside in it, I was going to see that movie for Michael Ironside. I was like, oh man, it's got Michael Ironside in it. I'm going and seeing that movie. He was just a tough, badass dude in every movie. I loved him. He played pretty much the same character in every single movie he was in. I mean, his character was he was so typecast. I bet he just got so sick and tired of being typecast, but he was good in those roles. He was good. I mean, people loved him in that role, so it's like, hey, if it pays the bills, it pays the bills, you know? All right, let's see. What can we break down around here? We got mending to 2, which is nice. This table will give us 3 wood in an hour. This will give us 6 and 2 and almost 2, a little over 2 hours. How about this chair here? That's 4 in an hour and a half. That's a 15-minute crate there. I can break that down with my hand. All right, let's break these down. Total Recall, he was sweating bullets the whole movie. It freaking worked. He's just great. I just love Michael Ironside. I just thought he played very good. He played a very good bad guy. He played a very good, you know, kind of antagonist, tough guy, whatever you wanted to call it. He did it well. So I want to go outside actually right now and see if by chance we have some ptarmigans out here. And then I think I want to make my way over to the trapper's cabin. Where are my ptarmigans? Where are my ptarmigans? He does ruthless political person very well. Yeah, yeah. Pretty much any kind of hard-ass character, he always did really well. We're just gonna go up to the top here, I think, and sleep for the night. What's our warmth right now? It's only 9 degrees, but that's okay. I just hate sleeping inside every single night. Ow! Plus, we have the key for up here. Who knows? Maybe we'll get something great in this box. Ain't gonna happen. Yeah, I can't believe I got 2 Magician Apprentice books. I'm gonna have to figure out which one do I like more. I know this one has more memories in it because it's my older copy. Huh. I don't know. I'll have to decide which one I'm gonna donate, which one I'm gonna keep. I was hoping there'd be ptarmigan somewhere along the line, but it looks like the only thing we're gonna get is, oh, I have 5 birch to put down, too. The only thing we're gonna get is sprains. Jesus criminy. Oh, my goodness, the sprains are just out of control, man. Out of control. Is it actually warm out here right now? It is actually warm out here right now. I could take this deer up here. Might not be a bad idea. Give us another deer hide. We haven't found any good boots yet. I mean, pants I need too, but these shoes are pretty crappy and I don't have any leather to fix them. Okay, let's go ahead and repair a foot. I don't care about my hand. That's fine. The hand can stay. I mean, if it's warm out right now, there's 2 things we could do. I could take the deer, or I could use this warmth and take a cedar or a fir. And there's a maple up here, too. And there's a bunny rabbit. And I missed him. Completely and totally. There's 2 maples up here. Yeah, when I moved into my apartment, I donated a ton of books to my local library. Yeah, I mean, I usually just donate the books. There's also, I like finding some of those, we have neighborhoods around here that have books in the, they have like a little book, a corner book thing where you just like leave a book or take a book. And I like to put books in those every once in a while too. Because I'm like, usually those books in there are they're all like true crime and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, let's mix in a little sci-fi, little fantasy. Yeah, this place seems to... Oh, look at you, you sexy beast. They seem to have put 2 of these up here at all times now. I'm constantly getting stay-on-target books here, like multiple stay-on-target books. Hey, we're going to be heading up there at some point. Maybe we will map that. Yeah, I need to find food, but we need to see what... We need to see what we have in this lockbox. I wonder what could be in it. Oh, there's not... What a shocker! What an absolute shocker. Let's build a little fire here. Let's light the torch first. I was debating it. I was like, nah, let's light the torch first. There we go. Started with a book. But yeah, I've gone through several phases like that, Kenneth, where I've accumulated a lot of books and then I just pare it down. I accumulate more, then I pare it down. It's basically when the books start overflowing that I'm like, yeah, I gotta get rid of some. We have a book drop in the neighborhood pool. I wish it was bigger. Can't fit my old Calvin and Hobbes or Far Side. Oh, good old Farside. God, I love Farside back in the day. That was so much fun. Farside was so great. All right, we got. Let's throw one of the. Let's throw the 3 fur on there, and we throw some of these sticks on there for the night. All right, let's eat a little bit of food. I could choke down that sardine, but I think I'm low on health right now too, so I don't want to do that at the moment. Oh, and then I need to drop this maple, this birch and maple here too. And I do want to go skin that deer up a little bit. So let's go ahead and let's put a 2 liters of water on here. Let's get some water going because we are getting a little low on water. Put a liter in there, and let's eat a few more cattails down. And we'll take a nice big swig of agua. And then we're going to run out here and see if we can get this deer. I mean, it's only -5 out here, so it's not too bad. Unfortunately, we can't take the deer by hand. So if I take stuff from them, I'm going to have to use my hacksaw. Which, for the meat, that's not bad, and the guts, that's not bad, but it adds like another 20 minutes onto the harvest time of the hide. Newspapers these days are so lame. No political cartoons, no coupons, no ads, 1 page of comics, and they charge $6 for a Sunday edition. Yeah. Oh yeah, the newspaper is just a dead vehicle at this point. It is a dead man walking when it comes right down to it. They don't have a clue what to do with it to make money. They can't make money with it, honestly. It's like old school. They can't do anything with it. They're all failing, and they charge way too. Well, the reason they're $6 a copy now is now you're actually, as the consumer, you're actually having to pay the actual cost of the paper. They actually have to recoup their costs off of selling the item, where before they could basically give the paper away and all of their costs were recouped by the ads and the different organizations that were publishing in them, as far as advertisements and coupons and all that sort of stuff. They could charge space for that, and they can't do that anymore. Nobody's going to pay for that stuff anymore because nobody cares. I don't think I have, I don't even have the cooking skill for it yet, so I'm not going to worry about it. I think my cooking skill right now is at 2, yeah. All right, so we have 2 things of unboiled water. We're just going to plop our pills in them. So yeah, newspapers just, I mean, they were dying back in the late 90s when I started doing the newspaper. I mean, I did the newspapers from 93 to about 2003. And they were already dying then. They were a dead and dying type vehicle back then, and they're even more of a dead vehicle now. They're like Blockbuster. They're the Blockbuster and Hollywood video of media. That's what they are. That's the best way to look at them. Is they are the Blockbuster and Hollywood videos of media. They never kept up, and they basically got left behind in the dust. And they can't recover. There's no way for them to reinvent themselves fast enough to get out of it. Hey, Triplewood, how you doing, buddy? How's it going, by the way? Hello, hello. All right, so we got 3 hours left on the fire. Let's drink a little water. Actually, you know what? Let's make a little. Let's do a little cook boosting here. I know. I'm gonna have you drink that, and then we'll have you nip at a few of these teas. Have you drink that one down. We have you drink that one down. There you go. Drink just a little bit more. There you go. Perfect. All right. So, oh, I forgot to put that hide down. Of course I did. I always forget to put the hide down. I don't think I have any more teas to prepare at the moment. No, I do not. Well, and that's the thing is, like, local papers can actually still do pretty good. Like, smaller local papers, they can find a... You know, they can find a market for some advertisements and stuff, and they can find a pretty cheap... You know, they can offer advertisements pretty cheaply to a lot of places that couldn't normally advertise in big print media or whatever. But most large-scale corporations and stuff, they mainly advertise online now. That's like their main advertising engine. They go for the online advertisements, which I don't think is necessarily. I don't think it. I honestly don't know how real the. I don't know how real the response they get to online ads actually is, but they probably, you know, it's more just putting the idea in people's minds that they're out there, I guess. Because I don't think in my lifetime I have ever bought anything because of an online ad. I don't think I've ever bought anything because of an online ad, for seeing something online and going, oh, that looks really cool. We can get a few more teas done. So now we do have cooking 3. New Civ 7 reveal has just started, in case you're interested. Oh, that's cool. So is it a live broadcast on, like, is it a live broadcast on like YouTube or something? Or are they doing like a live stream or something of it? Or is it just like a trailer video? Civ 6 7 showcase. Ooh. I know Civ is not a popular game on my channel. You know, most people don't watch me play Civ. But that's okay. That's okay. Why do they have to do it right now, damn it? Civilization 7, okay. Sid Meier's official gameplay showcase. Oh, there it is. Okay, okay. It's the 1 out of 1,000 person that ads are targeted to. Oh, yeah, totally. Totally. Well, and the thing is, Marley, for local businesses, local advertising and papers is very helpful. Because they're looking to only hit the people in their neighborhood. They aren't looking to hit people across the country or anything like that. They aren't looking to have people, you know, all across the country find their business. They want people in their local area to come to their place. I remember in the early 90s, I wrote a current events article about how pop-ups were starting to infect TV personnel, particularly sports. I am a prophet. Yes, you are a prophet. It did infect it, indeed. Okay, ptarmigans are down here. We're gonna squelch that torch. Did I just snap my ankle? No, I did my wrist. Okay, so I can still run. One ptarmigan down, boys and girls. Woo, let's go. One at a time, baby. One at a time. That's all we can do. I honestly can't wait for Civ 7 to come out. I think it'll be fun. I enjoy Civilization 6. And when it's February 11th, 2025. February 11th, 2025, baby. Oh, yeah. That's going to be a good month. Church bulletins get all the local ads now. That in a lot of sense they do. I mean, I would not doubt it, Leon, because you know, local ads always want to hit the local people. They don't care if it hits somebody. You know, if you're in Chicago, you don't want to be advertising to somebody in New York. I mean, you don't care. Your product, your business is not going to be advertised there. Nobody's going to come from New York for your business. Yeah, I'll go back and watch that later. I'm going to like it so I have it on so that I have it on my like thing. And now that I've watched a little bit of it, I can go back and watch the rest of it later. That's awesome. That's awesome though. February 11th, huh? That'll be... I am super stoked. Super duper stoked. That's going to be so cool. Alright, so we got that stuff up here. Let's drop the hide. Okay, the hide's up here too. We'll put that in front of our bed. So, hey. Put that in front of our bed so we have a nice little place to rest our tootsies. Let's go ahead and drink some water. I need to get this ptarmigan harvested up. Oh, you know what we could do? Ha 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 ha! You know what we could do here? We can go start a fire outside with our maglins because I think it's sunny enough.
Drop some gear.
I'm pretty sure it's sunny enough to start a fire out here. If it's not sunny enough right now, I will be shocked. Shocked, I tell you. Okay, it is sunny. I get a wide variety of ads depending on which location I'm VPNing from. There you go.
Come on.
I've never VPN'd anything, so I don't even know how to do it. I've never used a VPN, so I am where I am. I'm an old person. I just am what I am. I am where I am. All right, let's grab a torch and head into the house. There we go. We'll head upstairs and get a little fire started again in our little wood stove here. Now this time I have to use a torch and I'm going to use a stick. And I know there's some people who are probably like, why don't you go to the forge already? Well, there's a reason I'm not going to the forge immediately. Right now I have some birch cured back at the Carter Hydro Dam, but I have no maple cured at all. So we're going to basically extend our time getting a few things done before we do the forge run, because we would have to do this anyway. And by the time we get back, we may have more ptarmigans here anyway. There may be more ptarmigans. They may have respawned here again. So we're basically using our time to do a few things that I would want to do anyway. And it gives a chance for our birch and maple to get fully cured there, and the guts and the hides, so that when we come back to come back from Forlorn Muskeg into Mystery Lake, all of our stuff will be ready to go. I'm just going to grab that because it's not boiled yet, and that's fine. I'm good with that. We are going to go ahead and prepare a broth. Broth? Oh, I don't have enough water. Oh, okay, hold on. I need to shaky my waters. Doink, 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 doink. I forgot it takes 1.5 liters of water to do a broth. The nice thing about broth is it doesn't smell, so you can carry it with you. All right, now we can do the broth. There we go. There we go. And you get a cooking skill up. You see that right there? We got a cooking skill up when you craft the broth onto the fire. You also get a cooking skill up when the broth is done. So you kind of get double skill ups out of that stuff. So making the recipes can be very helpful to you because you get multiple skill ups for the same thing. All right, let's take one feather from it. 40 minutes. Good lord. Good lord. Hey, Chicken Butter, how you doing, buddy? How's it going, my friend? And let's get a little more water going here. 52 minutes. I'll pump that up to an hour. I'll throw a piece of cedar on there and a couple sticks. There we go. All right, we're gonna take another feather here, and that should get one bunch of that water boiled almost. I hate how long it takes to get the ptarmigan feathers. It just so is annoying. How was my day? You know, my day's been okay. I had a when I went out driving last night, my brakes. I my brakes need replacing, so I had to go down this morning, get the brake pads, get the proper tools, and then after I get done streaming today, I gotta go out and change my brakes, which is just a whole rigmarole, and then go out driving the night. So it's gonna be a long day, but you know, it's okay. I'm not too, you know, I'm used to, you know, things going wrong. Let's go ahead and get a few teas cooked up while we still have the fire. We might as well get a few more teas cooked up. And how you doing, Gazbeard? It's behind me. Nothing's behind me. Shh. There's nothing behind me, sir. You lie.
Drop any of
Lies! Lies! I think I can maybe get the teas done in time. Maybe not. Nope. Cooking got paused. Yeah, unfortunately, the indoor fires, they only last as long as they are possibly... They only last that long. How am I feeling? I'm feeling great. Why? I'm feeling fantastic. I'm just not looking forward to having to change my brakes and then go driving after that. So that is just going to make a long day. This is going to be a long freaking day. But that's okay. I'm used to long days. It's nothing new. You call them life's little insults. Alright, so we're a little low on coal. We're a little low on coal, so we do need to head over to the cave there by Trapper's Cabin and just go pick up the coal in it. When did you find this house? What do you mean? The Mystery Lake Camp Office? We were in here on day one. We ran from the Forlorn Muskeg and ran over here and got in here on day one because it was like, nope. I usually nope out of Forlorn Muskeg pretty damn quick. Early in the game. Hope all goes well for you. Oh, it'll be fine. It's just one of those things where you know you have the task ahead of you and you're just kind of like, ugh. I gotta do this. I don't wanna, but I gotta do this, you know. If y'all go down to the woods today, you won't believe your eyes, for Atheenon, the Master Chef, is planning a big surprise. Because today's the day that Atheenon cooks his prepper pies. It's a sing-along. But nah, everything will be fine. Driving went good last night. It's just I noticed my brakes were a little, I was hearing a little bit of a rub at the end of the night. And I was like, oh, time to replace my brakes. It just is what it is. It's an integral part of any driving job, is that you're eventually going to have to replace your brakes. And, you know, it'd only be like, it came out, I think, with all the, because I bought the two ratchets that I needed, the two, not ratchets, the things that take the bolts off. I bought both of those today as well. I can't think of the word right now because my brain's mush. But I bought those today as well, and it was like 83 bucks total with those, so. The brake pads themselves were only like 63 bucks. Sockets, thank you. Thank you, me from Florida. It's the round thing that goes over the bolt and unscrews it.
This pack is getting kind of heavy.
Well, it wasn't, you know, I just noticed it a little bit, Kenneth, so I didn't drive it for very long with it doing that, so I felt the rotors, and the rotors seemed to be okay, so I'm just going to be replacing the pads. I caught it early enough. Believe me, I've driven with bad brakes before where it basically just grooves the rotor to basically not being able to use it at all. The rotor ends up so grooved that it's basically ruined, so I didn't do that this time, though. It'll be easy enough to replace. It'll only take maybe an hour and a half at most if I run into any issues. The shiny The shiny bolt and unscrewer gadget, exactly. It's the bolt unscrewer gadget. That is exactly what it is, Gazbeard. And it's the shiny one. It's shiny. I have Mike and Ike's left over from our gaming convention. I love Mike and Ike. To me, they're just a guilty pleasure. And they're so healthy for you. I mean, they have flavors. How could it be unhealthy with flavors like cherry, lemon, strawberry, lime, and orange? It's got all the good stuff. Yeah, when they can't be resurfaced, that's when it's bad. And generally, Kenneth, I usually just change out my rotors every, like, 4th or 5th break. 4th or 5th break time is when I found I can change them out. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, fruity flavors can be bad for you. Exactly. Exactly. Shushabai. Oh, I got an orange. See, it's an orange. I just ate an orange. I had my fruit for the day. I had my citrus for the... excuse me. I had my citrus for the day. Yum, yum. It's so tasty. It's kind of tangy like an orange, too. No scurvy here, exactly. You give me Mike and Ike's in game, and I will be good forever. Twangy. As long as they has sweet and sour to cancel each other out, and they can't rot your teeth. There you go, exactly. I don't think that's how it works, Gasbeard, but I'm gonna go with that. Wow, look at that sunset, boys and girls. Let's put this rock away for a second. Go up on the hill here, and just have ourselves a little bit of a Hadrian moment. And yes, we call these Hadrian moments. That's what they are. There's the bear way over there. Oh, that is gorgeous right there. That is the screenshot of the day, my friends. Got the trapper's cabin down there. Oh, the moose is down there too. I didn't even see that till right now. The moose is down there as well. A little tiny baby moose. He's right down there.
Time to look for shelter.
Right down there. Of course, we have no bow and arrow or anything. We have no way to kill him. And I mean, of course he's up. You can't have a Hadrian moment without building a dirty, great, big, long wall from coast to coast.
Too much stuff to carry.
That's kind of true. I love sunrises and sunsets in this game. Bare knuckle fight with the moose, I would lose. I would most definitely lose. You know what? We're just gonna rest here. We're just gonna throw down our bedroll. You know what? Let's eat the sardines. See if we get food poisoning. 70% sardines give me food poisoning. Not on those though. They're like, nah, you don't need it now. What's the best game I've ever played ever in my life? I think Chicken Butter is some of my most enjoyable video game experiences I ever have had. Was early days of playing EverQuest. Like the OG EverQuest. Not after Planes of Power or anything like that, but like OG EverQuest. Like the hardcore EverQuest. With corpse runs and XP loss and the whole 9 yards. That was probably some of the most exciting, fun gameplay that I ever played. For me, anyway. You know, Long Dark's right up there too, but I'd say that's probably the best game I've ever played. Hide the sausage. No, not hide the sausage. Well, I mean, Long Dark I think is the best. I love Long Dark more than just about anything else out there. I've consistently played Long Dark now for going on 8 years as my main stream game on channel. And I love it. And, you know, there's other games that have come along that have struck my fancy that I've had a lot of fun with, but nothing ever keeps drawing me back like the Long Dark. The Long Dark keeps pulling me back over and over again, time and time again. I just love the adventure. I love exploring. I love the open worldness. I love the ability to do whatever I want, when I want, and there's nothing, you know, as long as you're living another day, there's nothing wrong with anything you ever do in the game. Your choices are yours to make, and I like that. I mean, has there been things I haven't liked about the game that they've added to the game over time? Yeah. I mean, I'm not particularly fond of Timberwolves. I wasn't particularly fond of the how the Cougar was implemented. But overall, they've always done a really good job adding new zones, adding new adventures, adding new things to the game, and making the game, you know, relevant, new, and exciting over the years. So, I really appreciate that about them. I personally have never got bored with Long Dark. Now, there have been moments where there's been other games I've wanted to play more than Long Dark, but that's just my obsessive compulsiveness kind of setting in and going, you should play this, you should play this, you should play this, you should play this. I'm gonna sleep till morning. We'll go out and pick all the cattails over here. Actually, you know, I'm gonna leave those cattails. Because we're gonna come through here on our way out of the zone. I think I can actually go through this mine now that's light out without a lantern. I'll give you guys night vision so you can sort of see what the hell we're doing. Believe me, this is all that I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing, but you guys get a little extra boost. I just didn't want to use my lantern oil if I didn't have to. This is one of the few caves you could actually kind of make your way through without a lantern. As long as it's light outside. The lighting in here is not too bad. Not like it is in a lot of caves. There's no wolves in here. You can't do that to me. I heard the wolfy steps before. There's no wolves in here, my friends. No wolves. All right, Honora. Well, you got a lot on your plate, so if we don't see you, take care. Have a great rest of your day, Honora. Again, say hi to Wolfish One for us. I hope he's doing well. I hope he recovers quickly. All right, there's the exit. We'll go back to normal vision. Normal vision. I think there's a storm outside right now. Let's check. I'm pretty sure there's a blizzard out here. Yes, there is. Well, yeah, and you know, Wilkie, I've always praised him for the well-fed bonus, because the well-fed bonus doesn't punish you for doing starvation technique, so you can still do it if you want to. but it rewards you in a way that incentivizes you to not do it. And I think that's a much better practice in a game, is instead of punishing players for doing something, incentivize them to not do the thing. Incentivize them to you know, remain well fed and give them a little bonus for it. Which I think is a much better strategy to take than punishing a player for using a thing in game that maybe you didn't want players to use. You know. So I think that's very smart on their part that they did that. Now, cabin fever is the opposite. Cabin fever is a punishment for doing something. And that's why people have a problem with it.
I'm not sure I can carry
They could rework cabin fever if they wanted to. And maybe give you like a, I don't know, give you something like an outdoorsman bonus or something. Like you get a bonus for being outdoors for a certain amount of time. They could do something like that, and it would encourage people to go outside and sleep in caves and do things outside. Sort of like the well-fed bonus. They could be like, well, hey, you've spent more than 3 days outside in the last 6 days. You now become more resistant to the cold. You get a one degree warmth bonus as long as you maintain this outdoorsman bonus. See, something like that would be much more preferable to how cabin fever works, where you're punished for staying inside. And that would make it kind of cool. People would be like, okay, I'm gonna go hang out outside. Because now I'm being incentivized to do it. They're giving me an incentive to go do it. So I'm gonna go hang out outside, and that will be to my benefit.
No power in the verse can stop me.
Hey, thank you, Luke, for the follow there. And there's ways they could do that. I mean, it's just you have to remember, cabin fever was like the first thing put into the game that was like a big detriment like that back in the day. And I don't think they've ever really re-looked at cabin fever. And honestly, I think they would get a lot of praise if they did a re-look at cabin fever and went, okay, instead of punishing people for staying inside, let's give them a small reward like the well-fed bonus for staying outside. And I think something like the outdoorsman bonus, +1 to your outdoor temperatures. Whenever you're outside, you got a +1 to your temperature at all times. And maybe you get a small buff that makes you lose your heat just a slightly bit slower when you're outside. Like you get a +1 to your heat when you're outside, and you get a slower debuff on your heat loss. Or you get a debuff on how much heat you lose or how quickly you lose it. But only when you're outdoors. If you go indoors for more than, say, 24 hours, the buffs go away. See, I've always been of the mind, House, that any activity you're doing inside should not be subject to cabin fever. Try to get that wolf to go away from me. Going over there. Let's see when he stops. I'll send him over the other direction. You gotta wait till he gets to the stone that you threw before you can throw another one. Alright, now he's actually... Nope, he's heading back this way. We're just gonna run it now. Yep, we should be able to outrun him anyway. Main thing was just getting by him to a point where he couldn't catch up with us again. I usually try to do my reading in a cave, unless I'm just housebound because there's a big storm or something. But, like we were bound in that cave, so it was like, well, I'm just gonna... reading is always a good way to pass time because it doesn't use up a lot of your calories and your resources like just pure passing time does. Pure passing time is the worst way to use your resources because it eats up your food and your water really quick. I just think Cabin Fever needs a major rework. Either eliminate it and give us a bonus for being outdoors, or rework it so that certain activities are not counted towards Cabin Fever. Because right now all it does is look at your indoor time and your outdoor time. That's all it does. All it does is look at these 2 meters right here. Hours outdoors, hours indoors. That's all it's looking at. That's all that it's looking at for Cabin Fever. And it's calculating those hours outdoors and indoors over the last 6-day period, which is a moving window the entire time, which makes it even harder to track. And so it's looking at that, and going, okay, do you have more than 50% of your time outside? If the answer is yes, then, or indoors, and if the answer is yes, we're going to start a Cabin Fever risk. Even if the 50% that you spend indoors, say you spent 2 days indoors, and then you spent 3 days outside, and then you go and spend 1 day inside, and another day inside, well, now it's counting those 2 days you spent 4 days ago outside. It's counting as part of your indoor, or those 2 days you spent indoors 4 days ago. It's counting those as your indoor time, even though you spent the last couple days outside. It's a very weird way that it figures it, Wilkie. Because you gotta remember, it's looking at your last 6 days on a sliding window. So if you got 2 days indoors, 2 days outdoors, and then you only have a day indoor, or say you have 2.5 days indoors, and then you have 2.5 days outdoors, and then you spend a 6-day indoors, it's going to look at those 2.5 days that you had indoors that was like 3 days ago, and it will calculate that in. And so even though you've been outside for the last couple of days, it's like, oh, well, in the last 6 days, you've now spent more than 50% of your time indoors, so now you're screwed. Now we're going to give you some Cabin Fever. It's like, aw, but I didn't want Cabin Fever. Well, and there are some weird spots in the world, Wilkie, like the Mountaineer's Hut acts as a indoor area for Cabin Fever, but an outdoor area for crafting, reading, mending, and those activities. You can read and craft and stuff at night in there, but you can still accumulate Cabin Fever in there. Same thing with the houses in Forsaken Airfield. So, structure to structure, it's kind of weird. Now, fishing huts, they count as outdoors all the time. So, they're always an outdoor area. So you can always craft, you can always read, as long as you got a fire going in them. You know, as long as you got a fire going in them, you're good to go. Backpack with a book. It's a book pack. It's very gamey how it was implemented. The biggest problem back in the day, Wilkie, is Hinterland actually had an official, like, ranking for most days survived. And there were people cheesing it and just spending, you know, they'd kill a bear and then just go spend 50 days indoors, and they'd just min-max the eating. They'd starve They'd use a combination of starving technique with no cabin fever, and they'd just spend like 50 or 100 days indoors off one bear. And so they were basically just cheesing the system to get up on the leaderboard. So they implemented that, but then they got rid of the leaderboard, which I don't think Long Dark should have ever had a leaderboard. I think leaderboards for the Long Dark are a dumb idea. It should never be about what you've done against anybody else. It should always be about what you personally have done versus what you previously have done. It should always be about that. The Long Dark is always, to me, about self-improvement, getting better at what I'm doing, and finding new and innovative ways to survive and live longer than I did the last time. And there's the bear over there. Hello, Mr. Bar. I don't like seeing your berry butt over there. I don't like seeing that. That makes me sad. As you're standing between me and the forge run. I guess one thing I could do is just go over to the train cars here. Maybe sleep for an hour.
Something is sapping my energy.
Maybe 2 hours and then make a midnight run across. Hey, Eugene. How's it going, buddy? Good morning. Or afternoon. Whichever you want to say. By the way, for those of you who are just joining or who don't know about it yet, Jimmy was very kind. He's going to be giving away a copy of Tales from the Far Territory to someone who already owns the game. And it's a PC Steam giveaway. So you have to be on PC. It has to be, you have to get the game through Steam to utilize it, I guess. But he is willing to give away a copy of that to one lucky person. We're going to do a drawing all this week. We're gonna have the drawing going all this week. We're gonna draw on Friday towards the end of the stream. You don't have to be here to win. It'd be nice if you were, but you don't have to be here to win. If you do win, I'll get you in contact with Jimmy, and he will set up a way for you to get the game. Probably you'll have to friend him on Steam, and then he will gift you a copy of the game at that point. So, that being said, if you want to get an entry here on Twitch, you can do it in two ways. You can follow the link in chat and enter that way, or you can type !ticket into chat, and it will give you a ticket into the giveaway. If you are on YouTube, there's only one way for you to get in on it on YouTube, and this is sort of a workaround because YouTube Stream Elements and Twitch Stream Elements are two entirely separate beings. Follow the link that's in chat right now, and just enter and put in that you want to get one ticket. You can only get one ticket per person, but enter that you want to get a ticket, and it will enter you in the drawing, and then you'll be set to go. And so YouTubers can win it, Twitch people can win it. If you're watching this as a later video on YouTube, feel free to look at that link as well, and I will put the link in the description. Actually, that's a good idea right now. Hold on one second. I am going to copy this and put a link in the description so that anybody this week, I will take it out eventually, but anybody this week who's watching this video on a replay, if you want to get in on it as well, you do have to have a Steam account to win. But if you want to get in on it as well, there is going to be a link in the description to the video that you can click on and get a drawing entry that way as well. I think I just put that up there. Let me make sure it's working properly. There it is. It shows how many people have entered. We've only got 3 people entered so far. So, and then it shows, you can enter. You get your first ticket is free, and you just go ahead and click buy ticket. You put in 1, you buy your ticket, and you're good to go. So I'll put that in the description as well. That way people who are watching the video later and want to get a copy of Tales from the Far Territory have a chance to do it as well. We are still alive, Faith. How are you doing? How's it going, Faith? It's gonna be a gonna be a long day today. We're streaming, and then I gotta go out and get my brakes fixed on my car. I gotta go change out my front brakes on my vehicle today. It'll be loads of fun. Loads of fun. Alright. Okay, the bear is sort of still in the way. I think we can get a workaround, though. I think we can work around him this way. I'm gonna sneeze. Again. I've been a sneezy boy today. They call me Sneezy McWheezy. Long day there as well. Yeah, I'm streaming here. Well, we stream for another hour on Long Dark. And then we're going to be streaming 3 hours of Planet Crafter. And then I'm going to go out and get my brakes changed. That'll take probably an hour and a half or so. And then I got to get a little bite to eat and then head off driving tonight. Did good last night. It was steady. It wasn't real busy last night, but it was pretty steady. So it wasn't bad. Let's just say I've had worse nights. I've had worse nights driving. It just was a lot of, there weren't a lot of drivers out last night. And so there was a lot of long, pickup times where I'd have to drive like 12 minutes to give somebody a 15-minute ride. Or 9 minutes to give somebody a 6-minute ride. None of them, let's just put it this way. None of the pickup time, ride times were in my favor. Where it was like 3 minutes for a 12-minute ride. Or, 5 minutes for an 18-minute ride. It was all the opposite direction. I was spending more time usually picking them up than I was delivering them. So, those kind of nights, you just got to push through them because they kind of suck. But, I still made, $160 last night, so it wasn't bad. It just wasn't real great, I think I will hold off making the fire today. Let's see, what do we got? And we got a little bit of wood. We got a little bit of sticks. I think I'll go and sleep in the Prepper's Cache up above the Forlorn Muskeg Forge. Here's another reason I did not loot the forge early. Which is one thing you can do if you come through if you spawn in this zone. The one reason I did not want to loot the forge early is because at the forge there can be a lot of good stuff. But if you loot it early, you'll also be tempted to break down the wood and stuff around there and use it as well. So, because the forge is fresh and new, we're going to get a whole bunch of stuff when we go to the forge. So it's a new loot location we haven't been to yet. And most of the time on my early long dark runs, especially on Interloper, I hate going over my same path twice. Because if you're going over your same path twice, you're not going to find anything there the second time you go over it. You may find one item that you forgot or something. Or one cattail you failed to pick, or a rose hip that you failed to pick. But generally you are better off covering new ground on your trek at all times. So you always kind of want to take different paths to get to places if you can, because you're covering more ground. Your chance of finding loot goes up dramatically because you aren't just walking over your own tracks over and over again.
Someplace to escape this cold.
I am going to go ahead and light this torch here. And sometimes going around is not the most efficient way to go, but I think in the end you'll find more loot that way, which is kind of the important thing, especially early game. Early game especially, you're really desperate for the food loot, you're desperate for the clothing loot, the gear loot, and if you're going back to the same place all the time, well, you've already got the loot from there. There's going to be no refreshing of loot at all. So you're not going to get anything new on that second trip you take to, wherever it is. It's called the slow walk. The exhausted walk. Because we're very tired. Not too tired to go over here and get these cattails, though. I've got a mouthful of Mike and Ike's right now, and I'm loving it. Mmm. This wind could be a problem. We might have to go to flares. Might have to flame on. Flame on! I mean, overall, it's a nice clear night at least. At least we got that going for us. Remember when a jar of peanut butter would spawn under here? I miss those days. I miss those days when a nice jar of peanut butter would spawn right underneath there. I was always like, "Aw, I get my little jar of PB and J going underneath the kissing rocks." Even the kissing rocks love peanut butter and jelly. That is a very random spawn for food. Yeah, but it used to be there was guaranteed peanut butter and jelly under that. You could always go get your PB over there. It was fantastic. Always made me feel like coming home. I was like, I like a fresh jar of Skippy. Give me that fresh jar of Skippy any old day. Yum, yum, yum. Now that sounded really good. I want to go get it. I want to go get some Skippy. A good old Muskeg blizzard keeps the predators in their dens. It does do that. Wonder why everybody has peanut butter and long dark and not jam. Probably because peanut butter lasts for a long time. And jam doesn't. I mean, jam tends to be, unless you're finding a fresh jar of jam, it tends to need to be refrigerated after you open it. But that is kind of weird. It'd be nice, Marley, if we could find jam and peanut butter and bread and make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. That would be amazing. I would truly love that. Get a little night vision on for you. Well, I'm talking about once you open it. Once you open peanut butter, it lasts for a long time. Once you open jam, if you don't refrigerate it once it's opened, it goes bad pretty quick. Unless it's just so chock full of preservatives it don't matter. And then I probably don't want to eat it anyway. But yeah, if you find a fresh jar of jam, it should be fine. A nice Bannock PB&J. Peanut Bannock and jam. I mean, but it does last for a long time if you find a fresh jar of it, yes. But I'm thinking that probably most of the stuff we'd be finding would be opened. But I guess we do find sealed cans of stuff all the time. You know. Watch a lot of people on YouTube eat MRE meals and the peanut butter always seems to be edible. Jam only goes moldy on the top. Just scrape it off with a spoon. Use what's below. Nope, I'll nope out on that. I'll be like, yeah, I'm good. I'm good. If I had no choice, I'd probably do it, but no, I'm good. Hey, we can always stop for rose hip, right? Even when we're tired, we'll stop for rose hips. Little reclaimed wood. See what we got in the drawers. Anything in the drawers? Come on. Ah, nothing in the drawers. Got a few pieces of coal here. That's always nice. Another piece of metal over here. This forge also has quite a bit of broken down, like already usable metal sitting around it, which is kind of nice. Kind of nice, so. Oh, that was my mama. Why was my mama calling me? Hold on just a second, boys and girls. My mom called and then she just quickly hung up, so hold on. Let me see what's going down. That kind of concerns me when my mom calls and then just hangs up right away. I'll be right back on my voice. I'll keep playing here. We're going to head towards the... Okay, that's a little concerning. I called my mom's house. Well, first of all, Marley, it wasn't an accident call because it's from my mom's landline that she literally has to like dial. She can't just like accidentally butt dial me on it. So that's kind of concerning that that I'm getting a call on that. And then I call her back and she actually still has an old school answering machine. She doesn't have like voicemail. I mean, she has voicemail, but she doesn't use voicemail on her phone. She uses her answering machine on her phone, and it's not picking up anything either. It's now not using her answering machine, it's going to her voicemail. So I've got to say I'm a little concerned. I hope she calls me back soon. I'm gonna have to like go and call my brother here pretty quick if I don't hear from her, because that's a little concerning, and I live 40 minutes away from her, so yeah, that's not good. I'm gonna try her again on her cell. I'll be muted for just a second here. Alright, we got a wolf here. Yeah, like I need another thing to worry about right now. Okay, he just ran in a weird sort of running pattern. Yeah, I'm just gonna give her a few minutes. I'll give her like 5 minutes, then try calling her back. Maybe she called me on accident, then went and just called somebody else right away and stuck it on the phone. You're right. You're right. Maybe that's just overriding her voice or her answer machine, and then just going to the voicemail instead. And I'm sorry. I'm just a little worried. I mean, my mom's old. I mean, you know, stuff can happen. Don't like to think about it, but stuff can happen. It's just she usually does not call and then just hang up. She'll usually at least leave like a message or something, you know. Even if she calls you by accident, she'll leave a message like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I meant to call so and so. Hope to hear from you soon." Love, you know, whatever it is. Does she live close by? I'm about 35, 40 minutes away from her. My brother's pretty close to her, though. He lives pretty close to her, so. I'll just give her a few more minutes, and then I'll try calling her back. Just kind of worries me a little bit. I'm sure she's okay. It just, you know, it puts my anxiety, like, up to here, so. It's more just anxiety level that just kind of gets triggered by that.
Something's gotta go.
Alright, so there's nothing in here of any importance other than we could break that down for more metal, break that down for some, I almost got it in there. Oh, come on. I want flare in the... I want flare in the grate. Nope, that didn't work. I almost had it that one time. No, I didn't mean to throw. I didn't mean to close that. Gosh darn it! It just doesn't want to go in there. I think it's about as close as I'm gonna get it. Close as it's gonna happen. But yeah, I mean, she lives relatively nearby. It'd just be a good 30 to 40 minute ride out to see her. And my brakes aren't working on my car right now, so I couldn't really do it. Oh, I have night vision on, sorry. I do have night vision on. Yeah, plus I am a worrywart, so. But hey, when it's your mom, you're allowed to worry, right? Okay. Let's get some sleep. Let's sleep for 2 hours. I just want to get a little bit of sleep going on, and then we're gonna drink a couple teas. Okay, we'll drink one herbal tea, and then we'll sleep for our 10 hours. There we go. That's one thing I could just text her. There we go. I just messaged her as well. Maybe she'll see the message and she'll be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry," you know. If my dad did that from the house phone, I would worry too. Fortunately, as my stepmom at home, if they need to go to the hospital, they would get help. Yeah, well, and that's just the thing. My mom lives by herself, so you know, it wouldn't worry me so much if it was her cell phone. But since it's her home phone, I know she deliberately had to call my number. She had to deliberately punch in my number. It's not like she has speed dial. She has an old, push button phone. Not rotary, but she has pretty much the one step up from a rotary phone. So she would have to physically attempt to call my number. So that just kind of makes me a little worried. Especially since she just hung up so quick. I mean, of course, the worst thing comes to your mind that she was feeling bad, called my number, and then fell over and disconnected pulled the phone off the wall or something in her fall and disconnected it. That's the instant image that comes to my mind. That's the instant fear that I have. It's the thing that makes me go, "Oh crap, what's going on?" That's why I'm giving her a few minutes. I'm going to try calling her back again. Seeing if I can get a hold of her. There's some more mushrooms down here. That's kind of nice. Of frickin' course. Blah! 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 Aliens that abducted her and disconnected the call. That could be it. I mean, that's a much more hopeful thing. I mean, I'd rather hope for that than the alternative. So. Yes, I just said I hope my mom got abducted by aliens. It's better than the alternative, though. At least the aliens, hey, maybe they could learn to prolong her life or something, you know? Maybe they could teach her the secrets of immortality. C'est la vie. Oh, mon chéri. You are so beautiful. Oh, that's another one that's canceled off of Looney Tunes is Pepe Le Pew because they find him problematic. Whoa, you little love flower. Just pray it wasn't the proctologist ship. They do have those, you know. Hey, you think aliens don't have colons? That's why they do proctology exams. 52, 31. All those people saying they were probed by aliens like that, it was probably just they probably had like a alien proctologist on their ship that just was bored. 52, 31. And then about 13. We have to go all the way around. All right, let's see what it has here. Ooh, work boots. Heck yeah, that's an upgrade right there, baby. Where are those suckers? Oh yeah. See, I just love seeing how he always got turned down, Kenneth. I never thought what he was doing was good. I always thought like, oh, he's getting what he deserves whenever he gets turned down, you know. Whenever he got, you know, smashed over the head or you know, whatever it was. But then again, back then we didn't look for cartoons to live our lives either. We didn't look at cartoons and go, "Oh, that's how I want to live my life." All right, here we go. I don't think we can get a mag lens, but we'll give it a shot anyway.
Not gonna be able to
No mag lens fire. No mag lens fire. Boop, boop, boop. And bam! Let's get her going. Never dismiss the length of ET's finger. Come on now, Gasbeard.
Come on.
Oh, don't worry about it, old fart. Well, I'm gonna get a hold of my mom here soon. Look at all them sticks we got. Oh yeah. Hey Jimmy, how's it going, buddy? There's the man, the myth, the legend. The one responsible for the giveaway, which I did find a way to do it both on Steam as well as YouTube. So, at the same time. I just provide them the link to the giveaway on YouTube. Okay. Okay, my mom just sent me a message. She's okay. Okay. Whew. Make me feel better now. Okay. Mom's okay. Everything's fine. Oh, that's a relief. Okay. All right, that's a relief right there. I'm just happy she's okay. Had me, I'll be honest, had me a little on edge for a second. All right, got a little bit of planks there. Is that a piece of metal under there? No, it's not. We're gonna get a bunch of planks here. This is the best way to get planks. If you can find a pile of planks like that, look at that, 45 minutes for 6 planks. 45 minutes. If we go up here to these boxes, that's 45 minutes for 4 planks. And an hour and 8 for 6 planks. Very inefficient. Way more inefficient than doing those, so. We got the fire to where we want. I think I'm just gonna keep beating down some plank stuff here. This crate here, I believe, is this the one that has the accelerant under it? Yes, it does. Okay, so we got accelerant under there. Let's get some more wood there. That's perfect. So we're at 74 degrees, 7 hours. Okay, so we're gonna add 4 pieces of coal. 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. And then let's add reclaimed wood. Now that will get it up to 150 degrees centigrade, which is where we want it. Let's break down this crate. All right, 154. That's perfect. That is perfect. Okay, so we can smash. You know what? I can drop that and cook it. look how that dropped. That is hilarious. That's hilarious. It just dropped right on the edge of that board. It was like, yeah, I'm just gonna stand here. Don't worry about me. The moral of the story is don't use the phone when you're getting up from a nap. That's what my mom just messaged me. She just messaged me. The moral of the story is don't use the phone when you're getting up from a nap. Yeah, don't use the phone when you're getting up from a nap. You're gonna worry your family members. Jeez Louise. Good Lord, Mom. I know you need your old person nap. I need those too. I need those too, but still. All right, there's some food for us. There's a little water for us. A little water in our belly. Gets in my belly. I'm just gonna melt that, and then I think... Do I have another pill I can use? No, I do not. Okay. So we just need to boil that as well. So let's boil that as well. It's gonna take an hour to boil it. Let's just do it. Alright. Now, we got 10 hours on there. Let's get our forging going, boys and girls. First of all, let's make the improved knife. We got 21 scrap metal on us, so... We're doing good. We're doing good. And then let's make an improved hatchet. I didn't drink water. We're gonna lose a little health. Whoopsie. Whoopsie daisy. Drink a little water. She gave me the jump scare for the day. She did. Alright. Now the beauty of the forge here, and the way this all works, is you can... I heard a dog go out there. Beauty of the forge and the way it works is that you can cook 2 liters of water, and in that time you can also craft 4 arrowheads every time you cook 2 liters of water. So you can combine the 2 and do them together, which is kind of nice. You can build up a nice little water supply here. So you put on 2 liters of water, go down here and go, I want arrowheads. I want to make 2 makings of them, so 4 arrowheads. And when you get done with those, your water will be boiled. And you can just take it off the fire. And you can do that over and over again, and basically you can double duty. You can get the water and the arrowheads done at the same time. Which means the forge will always have lots of water at it. Because you ain't carrying all this water back with you, trust me.
Looks like a new day is dawning. Something's making me feel tired.
Probably because you're tired. Oh, hold on a sec. My brother. My brother was just calling. He was like, yeah, I heard that mom gave you a scare, and I'm like, yeah, just a little bit, just a teeny tiny bit. Told him, yeah, you gotta go watch. I told my brother, yeah, you gotta go watch that old woman. Gotta watch that old woman. Oh, we got an ad break in progress. We'll take a break real quick. So, because we got a break going on, we'll just pause the game for a second. We got an ad break going on right now on Twitch. We'll pause the game for a second. We'll make sure that everybody knows about the giveaway. You can go and join in the giveaway for a copy of Tales from the Far Territory, the DLC for Long Dark. If you don't own it already, and you are playing on PC and can receive a Steam copy of it, get onto that link, get your ticket in the giveaway. If you're on Twitch, you can do it super easily. Just type !ticket. It'll automatically put you into the game. It'll automatically put you into the giveaway, I should say. And if you're on YouTube, you have to use the link. You have to use the link to do it. And if you're on YouTube watching this later, the link's in the description below. You can even enter in if you've never even got on one of our live streams. At the end of the giveaway, when we do the giveaway drawing on Friday, you don't have to be here to win. I will get your information. I will set you up to chat with Jimmy. And Jimmy will go ahead and get you your copy of the game. And thank you, Jimmy, for doing that. Super nice to do that for the community. And I appreciate that very, very, very much. Yeah, I don't know how the ad thing works because it says that my ad break just ended right now. I don't know. I don't know how it works because it just said that ad break just ended right now, which is weird because you said that it ended a few seconds before that. So I don't know. But during the ad breaks, I'm going to try to pause the game so people don't lose track of what we're doing, and that way, people can sort of be up to date on all the exciting things that are going on in here. All right, so let's slowly trundle over here, drop off some bottles of waters. Now, I used to leave behind my hammer, and I'm not doing that anymore. All right, we're just gonna get a few hours of sleep because we're gonna actually stay here the whole night. So we're just gonna get like 4 hours of sleep, I think. Ass Life has a lag time behind the stream. It's normally the other way around. That's true. Funny, live stream on YouTube, no ads, but ads when replayed on Twitch. Replayed while Twitch ads on live stream, but no ads on the replay. Well, yeah, that's just, I mean. YouTube has always been a back-end advertiser where Twitch is the front-end advertiser.
Slow me down.
Which is hilarious. Let's cook up a mushroom, and then I think I have some mushrooms to prepare now. I got birch bark to prepare, too. More birch bark tea! Yeah, baby, let's go. That's one beautiful thing about going to the ravine early in the game, is you can get so much birch bark there. So much birch bark and birch bark tea in the ravine and surrounding environment. I figure we'll just cook up all these teas while we're waiting here. That'll help get our cooking skill up as well. That's a good way to utilize your time while you just have a fire going. And since we made all that water, it's the perfect place to do it because we have tons of water sitting right there. And again, you can sort of double duty it. You can cook one and prepare one. The preparing takes 15 minutes. The cooking takes 9 minutes. It's not going to burn in that time, so you can sort of just kind of go one by one and just keep rolling with it. It puts a little more, it gives you a little less cook time on the fire, but it lets you prepare and cook until you're completely, you've got them all prepared up, which is the ultimate goal. Because each and every one of these give me a cooking skill up, which is awesome. Yeah, you don't need to shred to power level cooking. I usually have cooking by day 25 or 30. Cooking 4, I should say, by day 25 or 30. I mean, you can do shredding if you want to, I have always called it micro harvesting, but you can do that if you want to, but you don't have to. You can just power level by teas if you want to, and I find the teas beat is kind of more fulfilling. I'm getting home tomorrow. One of the bad parts about long visits is how tiring it is. Yes, Jimmy, that is one of the bad parts about a long visit. It does get a little tiring after a while. Okay, we have nothing else to prepare. Oh, actually, how many bandages do I have? I got 4, so we're good. I'm gonna drink down some of my large teas into small teas. Plus, teas are a great source of water as well as calories early game. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Alright, let's beef this fire up a little bit. Put some sticks in there. Put a little bit of coal in there. Put a cedar in there. A little more coal in it. There we go. Alright, let's get some sleepity boos. Let's go ahead and I'm gonna drink my broth. Because it's nice, 782 calories. A little food. Better to go the tea and book route to get to level 5. Yeah, I mean, level 5 is nice to get, but usually by the time I'm killing bears and wolves and stuff and wanting to eat them, food I've found is not a huge problem, as far as, like, especially if you spawn in these zones. Food is a very minimal problem because you have tons of cattails everywhere. Cattails everywhere to eat. Look at that, we got an aurora. That's cool. Drink down a few of these said teas. I mean, cattails do run out eventually, but they can sustain you through a large portion of the early game if you use them right. And you continuously, and also if you harvest up deer carcasses and some of the other animals that are around, they can last you quite a while. Can I do any more forging? I could do 4 more arrowheads. How many arrowheads do I have right now? I've got 20 arrowheads. I'm going to leave the rest of the metal. Alright, so what we're going to do is we are going to cook up 1 more tea. Actually, I want to put down these cans over here. Alright. Let's cook up 1 more tea. Oh, I actually had a piece of clothing to break down, don't I? I have several pieces of clothing to break down. Oh, I totally spaced that off. We should have been breaking these down all along. Oh, I did get these work gloves, which I can't repair, but they're actually pretty damn nice comparatively to what I have, but I'm going to be making rabbit gloves very soon, so they're not really necessary anymore.
Looks like I survived another night.
They're not very necessary. Hour and 48. I'm going to get rid of these shoes because they just weigh a bunch. I could actually wear a better... I still have not found a coat. I'm wearing a literal down vest. I did make the knife and hatchet. Yes, the knife and hatchet are done. We've got our knife, and we've got our hatchet. We've got 20 arrowheads. We got several various books of reading that we can do. I have a replacement fuse, which I'm just going to leave here as a present to whoever comes next. And we are going to head out. It's really not that cold out here, actually. It's actually It's pretty nice weather to be traveling today. Except for wolves. Except for Wolfie Boy. You are not my friend, sir. I do not want you as my friend. Go away. No, don't go that way. You stupid wolf. Okay, yeah, you both run off that direction. That's totally okay. Stupid wolves. Imagine wearing a vest right now. Back to my maple and birch. Yep, that's where we're headed. Back to the maple and birch, boys and girls. You're just messing with me? Why? I don't own a vest. I don't even own like a sweater vest. Although that'd be kind of cool if I did. I'd be down for some sweater vest action. Then I could be like, oh my, darling. Oh, you're talking about in the game. I'm already wearing a vest in the game. I wish I could wear 2 vests in the game, but you can't. You can only wear 1. You can only be single vest cool. You can't be multi-vest cool. The wolf over there, who's just kind of walking around doing his thing. He looks like he's stuck. I've noticed a bunch of stuck wolves in the game. Like wolves that just don't move properly. Like that one there, he just is like... It looks like he's trying to move, but he's not moving. He tries to do like the walking animation, and it just doesn't quite work. Now we're gonna go to the high blind over here. Now this is the supposed area that matches are always spawning in Forlorn. They were there last time we went here on one of our previous runs. We're gonna see if it's here this time as well. Because this is where we need to do a little bit of sciencing and just see, you know, see what's actually up. Some of the wolfies are goofy. Yes, they are. I've noticed a lot more of them lately have been kind of goofy. Goofy looking. Now, I think we can run across this and get the cattails on the other side over here. I'm pretty sure we can. Oh, it wasn't even weak ice. I was thinking for some reason that was weak ice there. I don't know why. Now, straight ahead of us there is the cave to Bleak Inlet. I believe it's right over there. I believe it's right there is the cave to Bleak Inlet. If you can believe it. It's right there. Or maybe, no, maybe that's, no, actually that's the cave. The cave to Bleak Inlet's over that little hill there. I don't know if we can run across this, but we're gonna try it. Oh, we can. Okay. We're doing all sorts of science today. I've always been worried about those on other runs, and so I've not tried to run across them. But I figured today we got full sprint. We're nice and feeling good about ourselves. Giving ourselves a little attaboy talk up. Have you ever picked up all the cattails in Forlorn Muskeg? I don't know how I would calculate all of them, but I'd say I usually get like 85 to 95% of them. every time I come into Forlorn Muskeg because they're just juicy and lovely and amazing. We still are missing a bunch over by the, over on the other side over there and up Hat Creek, and there's some by the moose spawn that we haven't. I'm gonna be around longer tomorrow. I hate wearing the earbuds and it's 1 a.m. Well, Jimmy, get some rest, man. Thank you again, Jimmy, for sponsoring the giveaway. I appreciate that very much, my friend. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your night. And go get some rest, bud. Yeah, earbuds get annoying after a while to me, too. I don't like them. I don't like earbuds after a while, so... I got some email from Lyft. What's the... Oh. It's just them. It's just Lyft telling me, hey, here's your earnings from last week. Oh, I know what my earnings were last week. I already know that, but thanks. Alright, let's see if the matches are up here in the high blind. There's some lantern fuel. I do not see the matches up here, though. I'm kind of looking around, seeing if they're a pixel that I'm missing, because they have been invisible up here before. I do not see matches up here, though. Make me sad. It makes me sad, Mom. I'm not really mad about it, I'm just kind of a little sad. What's the total amount in the zone? No idea. I'd say there's probably at least 100 to 120 in this zone alone. I mean, somebody could probably go back on one of my videos and watch me pick up all the cattails that I picked up so far and count them one by one. Just be like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They could even do it in fast forward if they wanted to. They'd be like, well, there's 5 there, there's 2 there, there's 7 there. Now, see, I think it's weak ice getting over to those, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway. To save up some of our sprint. I think that little divot there, you see the sort of white in the ice. I think that is firm ice. I think that over there is definitely weak ice. I think this is probably, yep, that was firm right there. You can usually tell the firm and the thin ice. You can tell the firm and the thin ice by how white the ice is. Not so much the stripes, but the ice itself. You see how that has sort of more of a whiter hue to the overall ice, where this is more blue out here. The bluer it is, the weaker it's going to be overall. According to Redditor, who counted them all, Muskeg has the most cattails, 357. Wow, I've never picked up 357 here, so I probably missed some. HRV is 315. Well, there you go. There's your answer. Dip the cattails in melted chocolate and roll them in sure sprinklers for top-class food. Hey, that'd be a top-class long dark treat, Gasbeard. Don't tempt Hinterland. They may put out a cattail chewable or something. Cattail candy or something like that. And no, night vision is not on. It's always it's always this bright here. It's very bright. It's very bright. It's very nice. That was a little scary. I was a little nervous there, I'm not gonna lie. There was a little clenching of the buttocks that happened. White is alright. Blue, you fall through. Hey, there you go. Is that what they call a mimetic? Mimetic? Some sort of learning tool? I forget what it is. What do they call that? I know that's a certain way to, like, remember things. I can't remember what it is, though. Mnemonic. Mnemonic, thank you. Good God. I tell you, people, it sucks getting old. You just start forgetting stuff that you always knew, and you're like, I know what I'm thinking. I just can't verbalize it. A poem, you know 'em? You're a poet, you didn't even know it? Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. We hear that it happens during menopause. Oh, manopause? Well, then I'm probably going through menopause. I wouldn't be surprised. What's my hypothermia looking like? It wouldn't surprise me if I was going through menopause. Although, isn't that when you're like your hormones get out of balance and you start having less drives and less stuff happen? That's not happening. So I have whatever the opposite of that is. There's a wolf right ahead of us. Hey, there's a snow shelter down here, already made. Look at that. It's got stuff by it. We're gonna crawl inside of it. See how it feels on our warm little body. You know, Mr. Wolfie, you can just go. You can take this candy bar, and you go right away. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. No. It's ruined. We've only been alive for 15 days and the snow shelter's already ruined. Wow.
Copper Hamster just subscribed.
Wow.
Woof.
Copper Hamster. Woof. How you doing, Copper Hamster? Hope you're having a good one, man. Well, that sucks.
That did it.
Hey, Teresa, how you doing? Now, by reason, I should be able to build one right here, right? Oh, and then a blizzard came up. Fabulous. Right as I'm making my snow shelter, a blizzard decides to come up. Of course it does. Well, Copper Hamster, thank you for the 5-month resub right there. I do appreciate that very, very much. Awesome and amazing of you with the 5-month resubberoo. I am doing just dandy. Except for this small little thing we have called a blizzard happening right now. Which is not very nice to have happen. Especially since I just dumped a whole bunch of fuel on that fire. If you ever want a blizzard to happen, just build a fire outside, put a bunch of fuel on it, and wait. That's all you gotta do. That's all you gotta do, friends. Yeah, so much for that fire. Don't do this at home, kids. It is like washing your car. Yep. Bugger off, Mr. Wolf. That was rude. That was rude. Hey, look at that. We survived it, boys and girls. He's telling you the snow shelter was his trampoline. Well, we survived it. We're now 15 days in. 14 days in. We've made our forge run. We've got ourselves our knife, our hatchet, all the good stuff. Our clothing's a little wet because we're sitting out here in the snow. So, that's always fun. Any thoughts on a sad, unfortunate cancellation of the Acolyte? Good riddance to bad rubbish. Good riddance to bad rubbish on the Acolyte's part. That flaming pile of turd got exactly what it deserved. Yep, we got our save point as well, yep. Of all the Star Wars shows ever produced, it was one of them. Yes, it was. But anyway, boys and girls, regardless of that, we will be back on Friday with this adventure. We'll be heading back into Mystery Lake, crafting up our bow and our arrows, and getting ourselves ready to go to, like, Milton or Hush River Valley or something. We'll figure something out on Friday when we play it again. Tomorrow I'm off. Thursday we'll be doing our Dungeons & Dragons, which we missed last week because I was not able to make it. And we're going to switch over and play some Planet Crafter right now. In like 3 or 4 minutes, we'll be back with Planet Crafter on the YouTube side. I need to take a quick bathroom break and do that. But don't forget that we have the giveaway going. And you can get in on the giveaway by going to those links, both in YouTube and on Twitch, and participating in the giveaway. It is for a copy of Tales from the Far Territory. It is a Steam key, and you must have it on PC. You must have Long Dark on PC to even have a chance of getting the game. And there's only 5 people entered into it so far. So there's 5 people entered into it so far. You don't have to be present to win. I will hook you up with Jimmy, who's doing the giveaway. After we do our drawing on Friday afternoon, we'll probably do the drawing on Friday about 5 to 6 o'clock towards the end of the stream to give everybody a chance to get in on it. So if you're on YouTube watching this later, you have till the 23rd to get in on the giveaway, because that's when we're doing it. So the 23rd by 5, I'd say by 5 p.m. Pacific, which is 8 Eastern. So you have quite a bit of time to get in on it if you want to get in on it. You don't have to be a stream watcher. You could be watching on YouTube right now at a later time and get in on it. So if you want to, get in on it. And those of you on YouTube, I will see you shortly. And for those of you here on Twitch, we're going to switch over and play some Planet Crafter real quick. So, YouTubers, take care. All right, Twitch streamers, Twitch